So click the button. We are recording. Okay. Yeah, so last time, well, you killed Goddess, and there was a bunch of aftermath from that. And we went for Scalped. If anyone would like to maybe go into more detail, I think I just summed it up.
So you did a pretty good job. He barfed when we killed the goddess. We didn't barf.
Yeah.
We all got individual visions.
I got traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did fuck off though.
Yeah. He did.
We found out a way to stop.
Yeah. Ascend to godhood.
The godhood.
Oh, yeah.
Stop being you, become God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something because, yeah.
I found out that concept, we send godhood because concepts can hurt them because they exist.
Yeah.
Ascend beyond all mortal form.
Oh, now would probably be a good time for Ravenna to do a dramatic reading of a letter that she has sent.
Okay. Dear Viscount Lucien Sergeant of Lyonnais, I have left our lands in order to kill the man known as Amaranth. I've ascertained his location. However, my plans have been hindered. In order to pursue him, I have appropriated your personal carriage, your driver Victor, and your steed. One steed perished and has been replaced. Victor is still alive. Your carriage is in need of extensive repairs. They shall be returned to you once I have completed my mission. I'm currently in Connacht. While traveling through this country, I have discovered a sect of individuals who seek to destroy our kind. You and Norman should be prepared for them. They have been collecting silvered weaponry and blessed water, along with other items. They also know about Ivan. Evidence of their plans has been sent back to my mother. This battle you speak of has piqued my interest. It has been too long since I've witnessed a bloodbath. Expect me to be there tomorrow, along with my entourage. They lack understanding of our customs and can be difficult to deal with, so be warned. I shall continue to correspond with further information. Regards, Princess Ravenna Tepes of Uruk. By royal order, you must pay Victor his monthly wage by the end of this week, along with a contribution to my personal royal upkeep funds.
Get taxed.
I was going to say, his carriage does now have a new pig holder thing.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have added to it, well as taken away largely.
His car's going to come back with like two wheels that don't fit on it and a new hatch on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. All true. Oh. Today is a bit of a challenge. Okay. You guys, I believe last time you settled to go to sleep and we sort of left on that.
Yeah, I think I was planning on sending a message to my... What his name?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes. And
You know that.
that's back in your kingdom of Hermit. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, because you can just cast message from it.
Yeah. I think 25 words.
Yes.
Don't want to count for me.
Sure.
I know that. Apocalypse is happening. creatures that devour existence itself on its way can be fought back with concepts. Need to figure out concepts.
23.
Yeah.
Signed name.
Dream tomorrow.
Okay. Very good.
It's a better messaging spell. Dream.
Considering the type of magic he specializes in, it's probably reasonable that Gamera thinks, yeah, he knows what I mean. Yeah. Okay. Although technically,
I think it can work on ours. You have to be unconscious.
why is
Also, he can reply back.
oh
They got that two-way messaging.
okay. Well, I suppose what you get back is how disturbing.
I think he tries to go back to sleep, and then immediately sits up, sends him another message. I got the stick back. I might be becoming a lit. Goes to sleep.
That's the equivalent of your friend sends you a paragraph, you reply with K.
Yeah.
You get
Literally.
how disturbing. Okay.
Oh, fucking hell, boy.
What is? There's something about the thing that I am using to see spells that is.
Yeah,
What's the-
Yeah.
Go back. There we go.
I did also remember we need to go help my aunt.
Yes, there's a war happening.
Yeah.
That's sort of what you were summoned to do.
Yeah. And we chose to do because Brandon wants to go fight people.
Just be able to
Ravenna is hungry.
Yeah. Exactly. 2 birds, 1 stone. It's great.
Ravenna is hungry. Very good.
And also, Loki's just kind of stuck with us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I don't think I can cast it on him. But I think he could cast it on me if he has it.
Hmm.
The person has to be sleeping.
Yeah, it. I think theoretically elves can sleep, but they just vast majority of the time they don't.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
You just go on standby.
Hmm. Well, so you guys, I suppose, get into your carriage, maybe feel a bit awkward about each other or something. I don't know.
Oh, we don't know that.
And
Yeah, we've got an idea about that.
Yeah.
No, I just meant you there's a bunch of siblings. You just do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Colin started at the front with Victor, like, he still chills.
I'm still taking this like half-eaten wheel of cheese with me.
Oh yeah.
Like last night, I'm like my midnight snack is I'm taking this cheese thing. Like she's eating the whole last wheel, so she still has like at least half of it. It's like, mine.
It's fine. If the carriage breaks down, we have a spare wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Colin, I have a question to ask you.
Uh-huh.
Need more skeletons. We are going to a place that's seen a lot of war.
I'm sure we can make some skeletons for you.
Could you ask? Because I feel like you've got, it's
How
better
many
if
do
you
you
ask.
want?
Oh, I can get a lot now. I could have to cast it once and it's done. But I think about 4 would be, minimum perfect.
It's to start with what you know.
You see,
Yeah, but also because the level of the spell means how many I can cast, so like so many a day kind of thing.
Okay. Because it's you asking, and not either of these two clowns, I know you're respectful about it.
Yeah, it'll be skeletons. I'm happy to make them skeletons.
But
I know how to do that.
depending on what happens when we get there, try to use the enemies. Because
If it's enemies and people we don't know, it might be zombies, and I won't keep them. It's
Well,
not, it's,
you can just burn the flesh off them. They'll be fine. Don't be picky.
it's more a case of
See, take what you get.
it's more a case of obviously like, I get it's you. I get you used to the dead, and I get in your culture, it's perfectly normal.
that's what I say. In my culture, zombies is very disrespectful.
What if it's the enemy that made them zombies?
I know, but that's it. So in times of war, you would turn the enemies into zombies, and then you wouldn't really.
Go fight a war. Go do that. Have fun. Make hundreds of them. What the hell you?
I know, but I wouldn't keep them because it's unhygienic. The rotting flesh.
Yeah, the one's done rotting. They're a skeleton.
How zombies rot? It can't. Magically, kept.
I think
Look,
we're
you're
missing the main point here, that we don't find it as respectful to go around reanimating corpses.
I can speak to dead people now. I'm happy to.
I don't think it's the dead people you need to... Well, no.
It is kind
You
of
need to ask the dead
They're
people, but
fine
you should
with it.
also ask their families if they're okay
Well,
with
if
it.
it's the person's choice, then the family's. The individual. You might not know the relationship with their family. It might be really bad.
That's then fine. We can ask the dead people first, and if they're agreeing to it, it's
I
fine.
just want an audience with the dead people. If you just allow that,
I mean, if
You
you're
can
going to a
get that.
battlefield, there'll be plenty of dead people lying about. You can probably pick a few up.
that's all I'm asking.
I'll see what I can arrange with my aunt.
Thank you.
Likely have to do it in a place not in plain view, but for you, I'll make an exception.
Battlefield necromancy.
Also, this will be kind of themselves because I've got staff now.
Fair enough. It's just, I know you have good intentions. And then I look at Brand with the side eyes
Look, I didn't kill them. I didn't get to say that soul.
Oh, yes. Before we go, I also need to pick up a boat. I need to make it into something.
is this more that necromancy lich stuff you've been babbling on about?
Yes.
You are aware of a fancy jeweller's in Krokan.
Yeah.
You could take her there if you wanted to.
Please. I'm going to choose something anyway. Might as well be nice and fancy.
Oh, be a rock.
Nice and fancy.
Why don't you
Yeah,
do something?
if you're going to, this is
With discount.
See?
You like
You
dead
live
things.
here.
You see, giving you the pretty jewellery isn't the issue. What you going to do with the pretty
You have
jewellery?
to do it anyway.
This is why you need a rock.
Can I shake my little demonic skull thing in front of me like, you like dead things, why not one of these?
I'm having a nice birthday so you can keep it on you so it's nice and pretty.
I'll do a thing where I kind of make I'll do a little thing where I kind of make it look like it's like doing a chattery mouth thing.
what
My little warlock focus thing. It's the
Yeah, but you're
demon
just
skull.
going.
Yeah. It's funny.
Oh, that's great.
I guess you're looking at a skull with some horns in weird places and 3 eye sockets. It just goes at you.
Okay.
Speak to that later.
I don't know.
Speak to it now.
It doesn't talk much, does it?
Technically, okay, so technically, if we had just woken up from a night's sleep, we would have had a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have
I need to roll Brand's colour.
missing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That. Long rest. Very quickly. Long rest. Cool. Right, so basically, what I'm going to do then,
Going on.
what I'm going to do, I'm just going to very briefly take out one of my daggers. It's like, okay, you heard of a thing called the Blood Pact.
Yes.
So, you want this roach to become this lich.
Yes. I'm not going to eat souls.
I was gonna ask for something maybe a bit
If you're
less
not going
big,
to
like.
have them, it helps with
No.
standing in hell, Come on, just let
Do
me
you
get to
promise
waste.
that when you become
Where
this?
are you meant to go?
Do you promise that when you become this great almighty lich, you're not going to go around trying to conquer the world or the universe or cause chaos or havoc or anything like that?
No, I'm going to read a lot of books.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
If you own something, you're responsible for that thing, and it's less time to yourself.
Yes, but
That's fine.
I don't know about you, but up
I want
here,
to go into that cave.
you see, up here, we had loads of
Go into
legends.
that cave.
Loads of legends about liches being evil bastards who go around trying to conquer and kill, and it's like,
Take your soul hat.
I'd rather not help with that. But if you're just doing it for an unlimited lifetime of research,
Well, that and power with the apocalypse.
I think I can
Maybe
agree
we
with it.
can-
If you're okay with the blood pact.
Yeah.
Right, then I just stab my hand, stab her hand, just right together.
Take your hit point because I'm a wizard.
I'll pick one up as well.
There you go.
Yeah. Fine, let's go to the Fancy Julius.
Yay!
I know the guy who runs it. He's in a band with me.
Well, hurry up, we have to
Dude.
Yeah. Colin's a lich now too. But...
Why am I doing this? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm with my blood with.
Yeah. By extension, you're now also a lich.
Well, but
Actually, two souls in that bad actually these days.
I suppose you get into your carriage, usual arrangements, except now there's no skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
You all,
Except for the pig.
oh yeah,
Yeah, the big
Having a
time.
skeleton pig.
yes.
I did redo that with the stick, so it is buffet.
Yeah.
His buffet
is
sitting in his little pig carriage.
Well, he was staying in the pig carriage because there wasn't room in the middle because of the skeletons.
Yeah, he's probably there's room now. He's a skeleton.
But does he like his pig carriage?
Probably,
Probably
not.
kind of, yeah, it probably doesn't. Probably
No.
tries to follow you and
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
tries to be as far away from Rebecca as possible.
Yeah.
we keep him spitted.
Just every now and again, the vendor just takes out 2 sticks of xylophone on him.
Buffet doesn't like it.
Somehow oink sound from, but it,
Like old McDonald.
You just go along the rick and just
There's definitely a bit of a really pathetic wrestle that happens or something.
well, I guess you got traveling. Your instructions to Victor. I believe the messenger vaguely told you that they're off in the east.
Mm.
That they had to fight south and have gone near the rock, which you probably would know. Being that you're native,
Yeah.
you know that refers to the Hill of Tara. There is a sort of coronation rock for kings. That's what they're referring to.
Yeah.
So you know roughly where that is. You probably could direct Victor fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go fight a war.
So, unless you wanted to be doing anything on the journey,
How long are we there for? On journey?
I think Colin would estimate it roughly 7 hours.
I'm going to be concentrating on it. If we've got that piece of jewellery, concentrate for an hour on it.
Yeah. I guess at the end of the hour,
Mhm.
you would experience something new. In that it feels like something extremely familiar is now inside the brooch.
Sweet.
Otherwise, you're traveling. I imagine there's banter on the way.
Of course. Maybe Bran gets in on the xylophone paying the business after it.
I will lose spell slots.
Okay.
Okay.
You have fun with that.
Yeah, you and I support for a minute.
The Aspot just rolled along the room.
She can't turn us both into ice support at the same time.
Start snoring on the bones, Matt. I put yours.
For some reason, I'm imagining like some kind of weird rendition of Under the Sea. I can imagine a parody, but I can't quite think what the lyrics are.
It's slightly spooky.
He's slightly spooky.
I even
He is a picky.
It's like the spooky. Don't worry, it's kooky in the carriage.
Yes.
That's not it's bad, isn't it?
Not sponsored.
Never sponsored.
Uh,
I am not family friendly.
no.
You guys traveled for a while, but Colin and Victor, you know some kind of fort to the north. I think you guys have been past it before. You remember it basically. The fort seems to be just entirely manned by undead.
Right.
Yeah, I believe you went past it one other time before.
What kind of undead?
You seem to see mostly skeletons.
I can steal them.
Sure, we could do with an armies fight an army.
Okay.
So if you make a little detour,
Yeah, steal the skeletons. They're coming with us now.
Which is just like a small group because I've never done this before.
There you go, you can practice.
Get the whole graveyard. Or like bring the whole.
I am
Well, family
commanding
around.
that.
Command their whole castle.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Get them to bring the castle with them, why not?
Did the wrong thing. But call.
With a sneaky bow, call a bit of revolution.
Oh, is that like an ability?
A feature. And then that you can choose. Yeah. I can only do it to one actually.
Right.
So maybe we should wait to see if we've got any really big things.
Sure, go.
So let's go to the fortress first, get intel, and then if we've got anything really big, steal it.
Let's go do that.
Okay, so you like hover above the fortress. I'm going to assume the usual sort of 200 feet in the sky. You mostly see skeletons in armor. There doesn't seem to be any like non-skeletons. They all at least are skeletal. So you don't really see anyone that sort of looks like a necromancer, anything like that. You do see one individual that seems to just be much better equipped. It has like plate armor and a great sword.
Hang on. There you go, steal that one.
But no helmet and clearly like has hair just on a skull. If you
You've
look,
still got the scalp.
yeah,
Just about.
from this distance, you can't see much more detail than that.
How far are we in a minute?
Like 200 feet in the air.
Okay.
I need to be in 60 feet.
Well, if you need a minute to go control him, I'm sure I can fend off a few skeletons.
I maybe. There's a lot of skeletons. It would be fun to see if we could just try.
Go for it.
They're dead, but this will be fun.
You do.
But if that guy's the commander, I can command him to command them.
You can try it.
You do note that the skeletons do seem to have bows, so they probably could start shooting at you if you got into range.
Probably not a good idea.
Well, to be fair, that's if we show up as a hostile force. If we just show up to the main gates, introduce ourselves.
I think maybe we should go to your friends first, get intel there. That's where we're going anyway, aren't we?
Or I can distract them, you command the big guy, and then we leave. How many are
The skeletons? I'd estimate about 200 skeletons.
All on the roof.
And there's, on the actual walls, there's probably a total of like 50.
Okay.
But like throughout the fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah, spread around.
If the big guy's on top, maybe we could get in there, take him, go.
We are being driven around by like spooky dead horses.
And thinking about stealthy and pretending we're Team Dead Guy.
I'm not that stealthy.
I mean, it's
Also-
not literal stealth, I mean deception.
Also, let's
I'm
be
not
honest
that good
here.
at that either.
If we're showing
Yeah.
up sneakily, that's going to be more suspicious. If we're just rocking up, if we have a chat with them, then that's going to be
That's why I said pretend we're Team
less
Dead.
conspicuous.
We have the Necromancer and the Vampire. We have Team Undead.
Then that can work to our advantage if we talk to them first. Not everything needs to be solved by sneaking in and stuff.
I know, when I said sneak, I meant as in deception.
Okay, also,
I mean, that's fine.
if he's smart, the command will only last about an hour.
Well, shall we fly down and see if they start shooting?
Okay.
If they're going to start shooting, then there's clearly no point in negotiations, truthful or otherwise.
True, but let's not aim for like directly in the middle. Let's approach the front gate.
Sure.
We're trying to be non-hostile.
Okay. So you're going to the gate then?
Yeah,
Well,
effectively.
yeah.
Okay.
Fly down to the gate, see if the skeletons think we're cool.
Okay. Well,
And if they don't, we're leaving.
they don't immediately attack you. You see that like all the skeletons seem to basically just stand completely still. But once once you actually land in front of the gate, one of them sort of immediately turns and seems to step down from the wall. About a minute later, the heavily armed and suited individual you saw earlier sort of appears top of the gate. Now that you can see him more clearly, you can see he does have sort of fire or eyes. There's fireworks.
There's fireworks.
But I love how I said fire.
And then fireworks.
And then fireworks happen.
Yeah, you see him flashing over.
I wonder if that's... One second. It is being picked up by the mic.
To show across the window.
Yeah.
You
They are pretty. I don't know what fireworks going on for this time.
don't,
I mean-
you don't need anything for fireworks per se.
It's close enough.
It might be someone's birthday or
Maybe.
something happened.
Possibly.
Anyway.
It's also almost November. Fireworks are going to be going off.
Almost November, there's a whole half month in the middle.
And people are already talking about Christmas.
Yeah, it's horrible.
As if I'm not already prepared for Halloween.
Exactly. I've just ordered my Halloween costume.
I don't know how much of this I'm going to include.
All of it.
This section out.
No, we just need to throw in a bit of relevant stuff so it can't be cut.
God,
Skeletons. It's fine.
hold on to the spooky, scary skeleton scene, all right?
Yeah.
Well, he has no actual eyes, but
Yeah.
he has fire in his eyes that it's blue.
Oh my god, it sounds.
And oh my god! Oh no!
I'm sorry. I'm going to focus on
Sorry.
scary skeletons.
I'm sorry,
Megalobacter.
If we have to, we have to play Megalovania.
Yeah.
Here's the part.
James the future. Put Megalomania in.
Here's the part where like a
Megalomania,
ginger.
that's
Here's the part where like a ginger Japanese salaryman looking guy turns up to go fight the skeletons with fire in his eye, and as they are fighting, the Queen of England just dies.
Okay, so
This is evolved into a ship.
he
It's never going to be streamlined.
he simply yells over to Colin and Victor. Halt! Reveal thyselves, reveal thy intentions.
My head just pops out of the fucking window. It's like, oh my god, you are amazing. Hi. It's fantastic. I haven't seen so many undead since I've been on the surface.
I basically stand up on the carriage next to Victor and do like a bow says, "Greetings, I am Colin of House Tristan. We are here simply to pay a visit, and my friend here would wish to enroll somebody potentially. She's a big fan of skeletons.
We are controlled and commanded by Lord Norman the Conqueror. We are not to be commanded by anyone else.
I mean, Brendan, like, what's your relation with this guy? Like, can we borrow?
Am I aware that that is the person I was trying to get in contact
Can
with?
I do Audience of the Dead?
Yeah, you're aware of all.
I
What is that?
I thought I didn't know that he was Lord Norman.
No, you know he's Norman.
I know he's Norman, but okay, just
You ever heard of any other Norman? The answer is no.
no.
So,
There you go.
um,
There are no more Normans. There's only the Norman.
okay, you do Audience with Dead. So I think this kind of happens in both your minds. So the rest of you think that stuff's just happening.
Yeah.
But basically, for like about 5 seconds, Gamera's just in a trance.
Sounds like Gamera, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, you reveal a spirit of a human man. Seems to be wearing sort of shiny silver plate armor. Looks very distinguished. Somewhat handsome. He seems to be blonde. He seems oddly familiar. He looks upon you as... Well...
Hi there. My name is Chimera. I'm speaking to your soul. Your body is currently being piloted by a vampire called Norm. Do you like Norm?
Norm.
Yes.
I don't know if... Well, I remember a vampire. He must have killed me.
I'm afraid he did, and he's currently using your body to wage war against innocent people.
What about my wife? What about my son?
You're a skeleton here, and there's a lot of other skeletons. I can't confirm that. I'm speaking to you now. I'm asking you to help us. Try as much will as you can to make certain things easier for me, because I can make you turn against him. I'm sorry that this happened to you. We are trying to fix it. I'll try and find what's happened to your son and daughter. If they're alive, I'll get them out. If they're not, I will make sure they have peace.
I didn't have a daughter.
Son, sorry. My son and wife.
Well, I suppose if you can try and find them. My wife, she was named. What is my memories of? But no, she was Beth. And my son, Ivan.
Oh, Ivan? Ivan's your son?
Yes.
I've met
He was-
Ivan.
You did? He was a little 10-year-old.
He's a grown man now.
It must have
Norm has
been
him
some time.
under control. We are trying to free him. He's my friend. He's very nice.
If you will help my son, most likely my wife is dead, then yes, I will try my best to help you.
Thank you so much.
No, I think considering the circumstances, I don't think you'll make the check. You simply now have an advantage in any attempt to control him. So something kind of like, from your guys' perspective, it's very subtle. Like you see a little flicker for like 5 seconds. It's like his eyes are closed. The flame goes out. Then it comes back.
I just imagine cartoon skeleton blink.
Yeah.
You're just looking at him and what the fuck?
The flames come back, and after a moment or two, he goes, "Once again, I ask that you identify yourselves."
We want to go speak to him immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Take us to Norm, Commander Undead.
Okay, straight to the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just look at his actual save.
I believe it's 18.
Okay.
I assume disadvantage because I've got advantage.
Yes, that's how I would do it. He does have a pretty good save. But he has disadvantage.
Yeah. Anyone's got anything?
Of what?
Well, that would pass. Be 19.
So would that pass?
What's your save? Isn't it 19?
Make a Christmas. Yeah, it is actually. Make a Christmas saving throw.
Yes. He has +7. So, afraid meets it, beats it.
In which case, I can expend the use of Bardic Inspiration and subtract it from the creature's roll, so I can cutting words it.
You're cutting words in?
Yes, which I think my Bard is D8 at the moment.
I do want to know what
Yeah.
you say. Skeleton Man you just referred to as Sans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do I bring that voice back? Okay. So, I put on my best skeleton voice.
Oh no.
And say, now listen here, she. This isn't skeleton this time. This is like Italian mafia. No, American mafia.
It's like
I know what my skeleton one is.
Detective Noir.
Yeah, that one. Now listen here, she. You're gonna do what my friend said, she. You're gonna be nice to her, she. You're gonna try not contracting hepatitis, she. That is -3 to its roll.
I mean, you didn't have to actually roll, but yeah,
it was worth it.
Okay. So it looks almost like you get the sense that actually he was going to be able to resist you. Then he just looks over at Colin saying, "There's the yeah,"
I also look at Colin and what?
and it like distracts him for a moment, and then he goes, "Very well," and he then just sort of walks off of the wall and lands in front of the gate into the dirt. And he goes, "This way."
Okay.
And he starts walking.
So if his intelligence 12 or higher, he can make saves every hour.
Good to know. He starts walking, seemingly just east.
Do you know how long it will take?
He thinks for a second. A few days.
So we take a carriage.
It will probably speed things up.
Let's take a carriage.
Very well. He then just gets on top of the carriage and sits there.
Mm-hmm.
Distraction.
It's that way.
Go this way. This will last an hour, and then he gets to save again. So we might need to put him in the bag of holding.
Meanwhile, Victor's just following the direction of the skeleton.
I didn't hear. Oh, I heard them say that they're like Norman's guys, right?
You probably heard the name Norman.
Yeah, the name
at
Norman.
least.
Yeah. Can I use Bible to speak to dead?
Well, he speaks.
Oh yeah, he's
It's fine. We're going in the direction of the.
Well, actually, at this point, he's leading you to Norman.
I was about to ask you, like, where's Norman?
I was going to say, is this technically Victor using GPS because it's a guided pointed skeleton?
Oh yeah, he's just pointing constantly, and like Victor can just look back. That way.
The GPS says that way. Let's go.
Well, let me think. So you would have been. So he's gonna get 2 saves. Okay. Well, first time you're traveling. That would be a. That would also be a pass.
I only have 3 of these guys. Technically 4.
But no.
All we need is.
Let me think. So this is actually beyond 20.
Okay. Would the 2 hours count as a short enough rest?
It's an hour, isn't it?
Well, it's been 1 hour. So what do you mean? How often does your cutting words recharge?
It's more a case of how long my bardic inspiration can
I think
recharge.
that's short rest.
Yeah.
So it's every hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you get it back.
Short rest, get it back. Sweet.
Well, cutting words then. I kind of like the best way to beat these charisma things is just distract
Actually,
them.
no, it's not. It's you can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma mod. And you regain expended juices when you finish a long rest.
Oh.
But I have font of inspiration. You regain all your expended uses of bardic inspiration when you finish a short or long rest.
Oh.
We got a little sister.
Yep. And it is just a reaction as well. I just have to expend the use of bardic inspiration.
Okay. Well, cutting words in, if you roll a 1, he still succeeds.
Well,
Occasionally, Colin is just distracting him with a stupid skeleton impression.
no, tell him that skeleton from earlier. Why can't skeletons tell bedtime stories? Because dead men tell no tales.
Yeah. It's just as funny as it was the first time.
But how
But
funny,
they didn't hear it.
how funny is it to an actual skeleton?
It rattles my bones.
Ah.
It's a real rib tickler. I'm not a tickle his ribs. That's what I'm saying for the next one.
Are you going to tell him that you have a bone to pick with him?
Oh,
And like pull his arm off? Ask if he can lend you a hand and take his hand.
Okay, second time he failed anyway.
okay.
So, you are then traveling for roughly 2.5 hours. You then come on to one hell of a scene. So, I've got quite a lot to describe.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, there's normal place, the geography that you recall, Colin. A great big hill. It's on a cliff face onto a huge river, similar to the river near Connacht. Massive river on the other side. The land looks somewhat barren and mountainous. You can see the huge stone that's this sort of coronation stone for the kings.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things that are different about it. One, it now has a massive crack through it. It's been split not quite in half. And it's also splattered with a huge amount of blood. As is the entire hill.
Right.
The hill itself seems almost dripping with blood. At the bottom of it, there's basically a stream. Rivers of blood, you might even. Surrounding the hill, at various points, there are 5 distinct groups of different size and makeup. One is the one that this individual you've stolen is pointing at a huge host of undead. Among them, you can see what appears to be a man covered in armor, and another man stood next to him with long, flowing blonde hair and a huge hat with a feather in it. The undead is varied, but it is a large, roughly 300. You then see your aunt's forces. They are distant from the undead, but closer to the undead than any of the other forces. You see your aunt. You easily see Fergus, as he is huge.
Mm-hmm.
You don't notice the king. He's probably in amongst them somewhere. And you see many of their warriors. Maybe if you look closely, you see a druid or two.
Mm.
Your aunt seems... You can tell even from this distance, very irritated and annoyed. And impatient.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've not got there yet. We decided to go elsewhere.
She is sat upon her mobile throne. and is stamping her hand against it impatiently.
Right.
Well,
You
you
also, next to them, kept nearby but clearly distinct, in cages, some maybe 50 men. You expect prisoners of war.
Right, yeah.
They're sort of both on the western side of the hill. However, I guess it would be the northern side. You're like coming from the west. Southern side, interesting. You can see what looks to be a bunch of dwarves. In amongst them, there is what appears to be a human woman. She's in armor, seems to have a mace. And next to her, some sort of dragon woman with platinum scales.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
She is stomping back and forth and seems to be talking to her entourage, bigging them up, maybe. You note that if they are to try and face any of the forces around them, they are severely outnumbered.
Right.
Especially considering the force to the far west of devils. Clearly led by a blue dragon lady.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, my sister's here.
Next to said blue dragon lady, who you might remember as Kisitas, is a chain devil wearing odd levers. And interestingly, some kind of green dragon man. Before you is quite the scene,
Okay.
but something that, despite all the madness around you, the thing that really captures your eye is the single man
Oh, fuck.
leaning against the rock, looking half dead, but wild, willing to kill anything that comes near him,
Right.
wielding a large spear.
Okay.
Do you recognise that man?
Well, that was the man from the note, wasn't it? Yeah. First things first, because obviously there's like 5 different factions. Do they all look like they're all like just 5 factions going against that one guy, or are they all infighting as well?
Did we not recognise him from
If you...
when we met him?
Oh, no, if you look closely at him, you just about recognize him, though he is now caked in blood.
Who is he?
You remember him as Ku, the Hound.
Oh, you
Yeah, from the murals.
Well, what you note is that while there are dead bodies all around, people, humans, dwarves, some bits of skeletons, the forces don't seem to be currently fighting each other.
We need to go to your aunt.
Yeah. So first things first, I kind of just like asked Victor to head down in that direction. Just go over to my aunt. I'm like, alright, I just got here. Just saw everything. What the fuck is happening?
Okay, well, so, as you start to land, well, you probably note something odd is that the undead forces, as you get closer, they seem to almost do like an acknowledgement or like a super salute at you. But then you seem to kind of wander past them. And as you're like coming down to land next to your aunt's forces. Many soldiers wielding mostly spears, hand axes, shields, sometimes larger axes, all seem to grab arms and get ready to fight you, but once you land and they see it's you,
Yeah.
there's a sudden kind of relaxation.
That's funny.
And your aunt, Maeve, she looks over you like, well, you know what? You're just in time. Great. Well, you could have been here a few days earlier, actually, but yeah, you're just in time.
Yeah, we only just got the message like last night. Took us a couple hours to get here. This one wanted to stop off and pick up a skeleton.
I still want to norm skeletons because I'm playing in a cage. I don't know how much longer I can control him.
Give him back to Norm.
I'm killing Norm. That's what is happening. I'm going to kill Norm.
And you can try.
I will, and I'll do it.
I am going.
I'm feeling.
I am going to hand Victor my cheese.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold my cheese, and then I am going to just go to where I can clearly see my guys.
Okay, so Ravenna's gone.
Sorry, can I just take a moment? I'm not going to explain it at all. Ollie, you magnificent bastard. Don't tell me that's not planned.
What? That I'm going to give Victor my cheese.
You know, all right.
No. Victor's going to hold my cheese. I'm going to instruct him to give me that cheese in a moment. But I'm going to go talk. I'm going to go talk to the two people I sent a letter to first.
Yeah, Victor's just looking at the cheese, bro, just thinking, not the weirdest thing she's asked.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Anyway, moving on. What the
Well,
hell?
after a
I know
moment,
what I'm doing with the cheese.
after a moment, Maeve goes, yes, my dear. Okay, we'll put it in a cage. Fergus, and Fergus, you remember the fucking giant guy, comes over and grabs the guy, picks him
I
up.
do want him to go with me because I can make him himself for a minute. I think that'd be good for fighting Norm. It's just that I don't know how long that's going to be. And he can resist the spell that's on him for every hour or so. So right now he's on. Yeah.
Clarify for listeners that I, the DM, I'm holding my arms up in confusion. So, okay, Fergus looks over at Maeve, and Maeve goes, hey, just put it in a cage for now. We'll get it later. And he's like, okay. With or without people? Different cage. Yeah, different cage. All of the men inside the cage, once he opens the cage door for a moment, really freak out. No. You know as well, once you look over and then see the cages, that all these warriors, the men and women in the cages, it's like they're all almost paralyzed. They can barely move. They're all leaning against the walls of the cage, or they're just on the floor. Some of them barely crawling around slightly.
Also, I feel like we're going to have a fight soon because Ravenna is going. He's probably going to Norm.
Yeah, also my sister's over there. She'll probably go see what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, just going to ask, are you going to be fighting with Norm?
No, fuck no.
Yeah, I think your sister's fighting with Norm.
Yeah,
Can you,
no, I'm
tell, her
gonna
to, can you tell her to fuck off?
There's there's a platinum coloured bitch over there that we kind of have beef with. Sorry.
I have to ask.
There's literally an apocalypse happening. We don't have time for this.
Well,
One quick question. So was the female temper dragon also a bitch like dogs, or do you just hate them?
the Latin.
Shame.
At this point, once again, you see your very annoyed aunt just like,
Yeah.
Right, look,
Well,
what's
Colin,
going on?
Yes, right. Colin, you wanted an explanation.
Yes.
Well, my forces were engaging the enemy. We basically won. We've taken some of them prisoner. However, well, one of them just refuses to die.
That's the guy on the hill.
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
Yeah. That's the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we met him. We've met him. I say earlier, it's definitely a couple of days ago by now, but yeah, we've run into him before.
The lovely gentleman who calls himself Lucian has told me that Norman and his forces do not wish to engage, they wish to just watch. So that lots of help they've been, frankly. And then, get this, a whole bunch of dwarves, they seem to, I don't know, escape their mountain, right? And then they're chased out by monsters from the other world. So, and for some reason they're both led by lizard people. So I don't know what to make of that. It's crazy, but
I mean, are they fighting us? Are they just having their own fight?
those monsters fucking kill everything, frankly. But we have all stopped fighting because that thing on the hill, he's just he just killed everything that came near him. So he became a big problem for everyone, and everyone decided to stop fighting for now until he's dead.
Alright, so he's the problem we need to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once that problem's dealt with, though, these people are going to die very quickly because there's undead army, demon army, devil army.
Yes, which is why we have a perfect plan. Because you and your friends are great heroes, right? So you can go and finish him off, and then we can make a quick retreat, right? Back home,
So
away from this
That's probably
madness.
smart, to be fair.
yes. But did you miss the part where they retreat whilst we kill the guy, so we get left on the hill surrounded by enemies?
Well, hold on. We've met the guy already. If he recognises us like we recognise him, maybe, just maybe, he won't immediately try to kill us.
So, out of character, what was the last time we met this guy? 'Cause I can't...
Definitely, there was that big feast hall with the murals. He showed up. He kicked his ass.
Oh, okay, so it is the dude that fought you.
It's been so long.
No.
He
He fought
refused.
Fergus.
He fought Fergus.
Yeah, but fine.
Yeah, you fuck out, I guess.
Yeah, this guy, you offered to fight him, and he refused, saying that you wouldn't survive.
I mean, by sounds of it, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you finally get to fight him.
Honestly, I'm all for speaking to this dude.
But I do go to the man, okay, in all seriousness, because I know you're in the middle of a fight, but has anybody actually tried to sit down and talk with him yet?
He just looks over at you like, anyone who walks up that hill dies.
Does he just attack you with a sword? Is
No.
the magic involved? What it's like if we go up to it? What should we expect? It's
I think we expect the spear he's holding.
He usually stabs you with that spear, and then you die. And if you don't die, you're almost dead, and then you die.
okay.
Sometimes he just threw some rocks, and then died. So
Okay, that's strong. We get it.
How far would you say it is to the top of the hill from where we are?
from where you're stood, you'd get to the base of the hill about 50 feet away.
Okay.
Then to climb up the hill, it's a big hill. It's 40 feet.
Send him a message.
I was going to say, how close have people been getting before this?
Honestly, most of the time they get to about the base of the hill. The highest I ever saw anyone get was my forces was halfway up.
Loki's still around, isn't he?
I was going to
We
say,
have a Loki, don't we?
Oh yeah, you guys didn't mention that. I could just be like, you just left him there. No.
Because what I was going to actually ask you a question is, can you make an illusion of us up there so we can talk to him without being killed?
I can just
So-
sending him now.
I imagine
I
you
can just illusion, and I can send an unseen servant.
So I imagine that you go Loki, and then you notice that a fly on your shoulder is actually Loki.
Hey!
He just sort of turns back into his humanoid form and goes away. But you want me to wait? You want me to just go up it?
No, don't go there. Everyone die. Unless you want to die. I don't have the I can't come to see that.
No, my God, everything. But
I was asking, could you project us up there so we can talk to him? Do you have the power to do that with your trickery magic? Because he can't kill an illusion.
Not usually my kind of thing exactly, but I could
Oh,
probably.
yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I could do the sound, but I can do illusions.
Talk to him. I mean, like a projection of.
I could probably choose like one of you and like make a projection over at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, who wants to talk to him?
It's gonna be one of us two, isn't it?
I mean, he already knows me.
Kind of knows all of us. We were all there when we met.
Talk to him.
But we're better at talking.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You two do that. I'm gonna go see what my sister's up to.
Okay.
That's fine. Brand marches around the
I
circle.
have instructed Victor to hold my cheese.
Yes.
I'm gonna go talk to Lucian.
When you say
Which one?
so
Persuasion.
the thing is that between these forces and the forces of hell,
Yes.
is this dwarves and
Yeah.
platinum lady. So
We're in a ceasefire, right? No one's attacking each other.
I mean, you know, yeah, that is true. That's technically true.
I'm exploiting the ceasefire. My weapons are stowed. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm skirting the perimeter of this hill to go talk to my people.
Please tell her just like even just to delay any attacks for like 5 days. Like, take a break, go on holiday.
I'm exploiting the rules.
I see. That's interesting.
Because if
Okay.
anyone breaks the ceasefire, I'm sure all hell's going to break loose.
Literally.
Okay. Well, you start walking.
Yes.
You would, oh yeah, you're gonna, so you were gonna project one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I suppose you're still deciding.
Yeah, who's talking to him?
I mean, I get like the plus 13s to everything.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Go on, go call him. You two.
Probably better, isn't it?
Use diplomacy.
Probably. I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, exactly.
I may give you a bit of a meta thing that I might offer that you may want to approach this from a pure roleplay standpoint rather than bonuses you get.
Oh yeah, it's still a matter of
You are from this place and you know
I'm from this
Yeah.
place. I tend to do. I should have done
Bullshit.
diplomatic stuff previously, and I haven't existed in the Underdark, and I know how customs work. Plus, again, we have run into him before, so even so,
Did we learn about the apocalypse last time? I probably did, but maybe you didn't believe me.
Probably not.
A lot of people aren't going to believe me, but like we've got a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brand's walking for probably all of 30 seconds
Yeah.
before several dwarves and the armored woman amongst them that I mentioned earlier sort of start pointing and yelling at him. And the draconic lady with platinum scales turns to look at what they're looking at. And I think the words are death glare.
Absolutely. Returns the favour.
There's just this look that you're both giving
Yeah.
each other of
Yeah,
true mortal enemies.
Yeah, exactly.
I can imagine as you walk past, you just turn so you're walking backwards.
yeah.
But while she seems to have her hand on some kind of large sword at her side, she doesn't draw it.
Brand does not even touch his sword. He just gives her the fucking death threat. He knows the rules of the situation. He's playing it for what it's worth.
When you get a bit closer, you can see some of her details. You notice that while she looks like she's physically strong, there's kind of soft features. She looks kind.
Unusual for what Brand would expect of dragons.
Yeah. Go to you
Hmm.
being projected.
Yeah.
Loki sort of takes a strange form. Humanoid and vaguely recognizable as himself, but more feminine.
Mm-hmm.
He moves his hands around you, and then he sort of gestures towards the hill.
Yeah.
And your vision of yourself is now up basically right next to Ku, floating just above him, sort of next to the big rock.
Yeah.
Faster than you can see, he seems to stab you in the chest.
Yeah.
His eyes are wide. He looks completely wild and manic.
Mm-hmm.
He then sort of registers that you're not dead. And he pulls it back. And he leans back against the stone, looking at you. He doesn't say anything.
Okay. I mean, I basically like look at him in the eyes and say, I imagine there's some sort of like etherealness to the voice. It's like, you see, that right there is exactly why this is an illusion. Because we knew if I actually came, that would happen. I just wanted to talk, get a grasp on the situation. First things first, and I look towards the stone. Why'd you break the bloody stone?
The stone didn't agree with my king. So I roared, and it broke.
Okay. Secondly, you're killing anybody that gets close, as demonstrated. Why? You seem a bit frazzled.
You could say I am in a blood frenzy. Yes. The enemies of Ulster still live. It is simple as that.
And by enemies, I assume I kind of just gesture to all of us down at the bottom of the hill. Or are you thinking of someone more specific?
Your aunt seems intent upon finishing us off, but I still stand.
Yes, you do. It is causing a bit of an issue. Listen, she's kind of finishing one off because obviously to us, this area right here, you know, we use for coronations, we use for ceremonies. It's got some meaning to us. And you just, from the sounds of it, not just you, but you kind of rocked up and broke it. She ain't happy. I mean, she's not happy in the best of days, but this really ticked her off.
It doesn't matter much to me whether she is happy or sad.
Okay. Let me put it this way. I don't know how much you know, but we've been doing some looking around. We visited some places. We visited you a couple of days back. The world is ending very shortly. Are you willing to die on this hill?
If I wasn't willing to die on this hill, I wouldn't be stoned.
Okay. And you said that the whole point of this fight is because your king doesn't agree.
The stone didn't agree with my king. As much as he's gone, and people of Ulster clearly defeated, it is still simply my duty to my king and the people of Ulster. Keep fighting. Dead.
Okay. You may keep fighting till you're dead. That's fine. And it may work for a bit. But eventually, you'll run out of steam. eventually they'll stop you. Eventually, it'll get to the point where all you have to do right from the beginning is just sit down and talk it out to fix the actual issue.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps what I should do is engage in diplomacy. Perhaps I should go and spend the last however many years of my life with some life of mine, fishing and farming, enjoying the pleasures of life. I took the gifts of my king. With it, I am bound to this fate. It is as simple as that.
Okay. So, as you said, the stone didn't agree with your king. I'm sure we can settle something out to get the stone to agree. And I do want to clarify, did the stone actually speak to you, or are you talking metaphorically? Because, you know, magic is a thing. I mean, on a gesture to me being an illusion, it very well could have spoken to you.
I suppose it was literal in a sense, but at this point it's all quite irrelevant. King is dead, my people destroyed, my country destroyed. The only reason I fight is because that is what I do.
But looking back on it, let's say you hadn't done this fight. Let's say you hadn't come here, and obviously you're still alive, that's fine. But all your people, all your countrymen, how many of them do you think would have survived if you had not done this? How many of them would be living their lives? How many of them would still be there to remember your king?
It's hard to say. But it's never best to linger on what could have been. It's only what has happened.
That's fine. That's understandable. But you realise everybody down there is at the moment currently preoccupied with dealing with each other. It's only because of you that they're not. Which in a way is amazing. Like, you've put a ceasefire in a war by yourself. That's amazing. But it will need to come to an end. Like, eventually they will realise if they all come at you, you will lose that. Sure, all the normal people, and I do get that. I've seen your skills, you'd happily slay them. They're not all normal people.
You and your friends, Fergus, my old father figure, perhaps some of those dead creatures, those monsters from the other world, and finally finish me off. Of course. But maybe not. Maybe it is you that will die.
And I don't doubt that. You literally stabbed me in the chest when I showed up. All it takes is a couple words. All it takes is a simple agreement. We can sort this out. We can make something that even your king, I'm sure, would have been happy with. We could make it so that your people and our people can come together. All it takes is a simple talk. Much harder to make an agreement with the dead. They tend to hold grudges.
I recall your name. You're a man of words.
Yes, I am. Well, I find words to be just as, if not more powerful than any weapon, if used in the right way.
There was one. You may have heard of the one named Manningham.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke a few words and he bound things such that we would never meet again. That is indeed powerful. I agree. Words are more powerful than any weapon, even this one. But I am not a man of words.
I understand. But that's something that everyone can be if they just try hard enough. If you're willing to, I'd be more than happy to speak on your behalf. Come to a truce, an agreement, something to help you out. I would more than happily take your side and help your people. If you don't feel like you're up for it. After all, I do have counsel with my aunt and with my mother. That's already a bit of leverage.
You know, in a way, I kind of admire you and people like you.
Because all you have to do is just look around. You may see this blood-stained river and this stream down below is victory. All I see is lost lives, adventures never to be had, families never born, never enjoyed, days past. You see this as victory. I see this as nothing less than the worst defeat.
I understand. You see pointless waste. It doesn't matter to me if it is a waste or not. It is simply what I will be doing. What I am going to do, and indeed, most likely, what I will do. Colin, if you wish to tell your aunt anything, tell her.
I see. Well, it seems there isn't as much reasoning with you as I'd hoped. I thought even a man of your caliber, given all the stories about you and given the legends, would be able to back down, but I see you are indeed willing to, literally and metaphorically, die on this hill for your king and your country. There is some respect to be had in that. And I am sorry for your loss, but if you will not back down, then we will have to try other methods. Just know, and like the ghostly hand on his shoulder, it could have been avoided, and then the illusion disappears.
You think very distance away, you can just about see him chuckle. Brand making a brisk walk, but he does have the sense of just the intention to kill him piercing into the back of his head.
Have I already just flown off?
Are you flying off to
Basically, I'm like, there's Lucian and Norman over there. I'm gonna fly over that way. I'm gonna tell Victor to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Victor, you stay here and you hold my cheese.
You just cheese in one hand, saluting him.
You stand here near Colin's aunt, holding my cheese for me. I don't want like my people to see me eating that. I'm going to fly over.
Don't worry, Mum. I'll protect the cheese of my life.
I'm glad he's eating something.
I'm going to go over to Lucian and Norman.
Okay. Well, while you're flying over, Brand gets in view of his dear sister, his half sister, Casistas, is looking over at him, also piercing daggers.
Long time no see.
You may yell that over when you get about 100 feet in.
Yeah.
You get a little, maybe the tiniest hint, something being off. Because your sister, you know her long enough, doesn't usually smile. But you see the absolute faintest hint of a grin. As you
What
approach.
is going on there?
As you're approaching as well, you recognize Barry, all covered in chains. And stood next to them, you recognize that is an Abysai, a devil in service to your mother, green one, in the form of a dragon person. Yeah, you know what? Roll insight.
Is the sister currently under Tiamat possession or something equally sinister?
You picked up mummy.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. That's a 1. That's a 1 on the
I'm
dice.
gonna get to that.
Probably.
You don't recognize this green dragon person, though you do realize they're an Abysai. You get closer and closer. As you get about 10 feet away, the sister finally speaks and says, "Brother, it's good that you have finally arrived."
Yes, I took a bit of a detour in investigating how to prevent the end of the war from happening, or maybe letting it happen. I think it happening is probably going to be worse for all of us, though.
Yeah, sure, whatever, right, okay. Well, anyway, Greg, would you like to do the honors? You may recall the name Greg. You might remember a bone devil that you made a deal with a long time ago. It may seem. Several weeks ago. Before you left Ham. Part of the agreement was that, in theory, he could become an Abishai. The green Abishai responds in kind and goes, "Oh, yeah, I would love to. Hi, Brand. So, you might have, but maybe you haven't. But it doesn't make much of a difference to me, or even these two, I think. There's been a new agreement, a new arrangement. Amazingly, praise upon him, of course, the Archdevil himself made an agreement with your mother.
Interesting.
The agreement was hard fought, apparently. But, well, all of the details finally be made into a nice, clean contract, of which I have a copy right here. And he pulls this sort of, it appears out of flame. And he says, and may I read it for you here? There's a lot here, of course, but I'll get you the important part that's relevant to you. Tiamat, the chromatic dragon queen, evil goddess of all drakes, shall be free of hell and its burdens for at least 100 years, on return of one brand in her place. And he scrolls up a bit and pockets. And the three individuals are just looking at you.
Do you want to send me back to hell so she can come out here?
And your sister's just like, I could be a real dragon.
Good for you. Do I get to take an action?
My fight. I'll shoot him dash.
Oh, also, I didn't describe the devils behind them.
Yeah.
So, in amongst them, you can see there are 10 spined devils, they can fly. 10 bearded devils with the tentacles coming out of their chins. 10 barbed devils, which are spiky little goblin things. 2 horned devils, wielding large pitchforks. Also, it looks in the distance, there's some 100 human cultists in robes. And up above and flying all around, being very, very annoying, 200 imps.
Nice.
After a moment or two, you realise that every single one of them
Yep.
is an eagle.
Fuck all of you.
All of them just in unison go. We're medieval, we're religion, we're also eagles. Wait for you. Mum can say hi.
Mummy can fuck off if she's trading me back.
So, to answer your question, yeah, just what is it that you would like to try and do?
Thunderstep 90 foot back towards the platinum dragon.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Good action.
it's spell one action, level 4 because warlock.
Huh?
I will try to do that. Let's see what happens.
I'm going to let you know distances. So the distance between these groups, about 150 feet.
Yeah.
So you would be about 60 feet away from the dwarves, said Platinum Lady, if you were to do this.
Yeah, straight line, straight toward them.
Actually, you're 10 feet away from your sister, so actually you would be 50 feet away.
Okay. And I'll shout over to them. They're trying to trade me for 2, that's save me. I'm trying to instigate war here. Also, as I do this, it's thunderstep, so it's a loud ringing bang as I teleport.
Yeah, I think that probably even the undead host really far away just about hear a big bang. Go, huh? And like everyone just looks at like, huh? But yeah.
The wall we all charge.
So do you like? Is it like you do thunder damage? Or?
Yeah, it would if anyone was near me within, I think, 10 feet.
Oh, where you land?
Yeah, where I land.
Okay, so right, okay, so you sort of pop out of existence from one point and then bang.
Wait, is it? Wait, let me check if it's where I land or where I think from, because I've not used it before.
They were 10 feet away, don't
It
they?
means after you disappear from the boom sound, each creature in 10 feet of space you left must make a contribution. Oh, I get to go boom in my sister's face.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 4d10 thunder damage. I think it's a save, some constitution save of 16. So they'll probably make the save, but hey.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to roll it? Do you want me to roll
Then they
it?
take half damage on a failed save. I'll roll 4d10.
I won't roll.
Well, yeah, Brandon revealed he doesn't want to go back to hell. Especially not for 100 years in a row.
I won't roll it. I will just keep it in.
Okay.
Are you getting out the dice?
I'm getting out the 4d10s.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
This spot. 7, 12, 19, 23.
Okay.
23 front damage. Well, that's adjusted or not, it's a matter of that. And also, how many people were within 10 feet of me when I was talking to everyone?
Just the three I mentioned.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so all them roll con saves, see who gets slapped by thunder damage and who takes less thunder damage.
You like to see between just like, nope.
I just don't get that. Yes, I am doing the JoJo meme. Run away.
The ancient Joe Star.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Literally.
I have made relevant note.
It's not going back to hell for his fucking mother.
You think you hear way up in the distance your sister go, "Didn't I can do that?"
Oh dear.
Make a persuasion check.
What's my skill bonus for this? Persuasion's plus 8. Let me have a look. That's a 9 plus 8, 17.
Okay. Well, at the loud bang, basically all of them initially turn ready to fight something, and then see you, and you say that, and are just running at them.
Yeah.
And it seems like the dwarves and this human lady as well all like take that information in and look like they're kind of willing to, at least for now, go along with what you're saying. This other lady, though, she looks like she's not ready to trust you by any kind of stretch of the imagination. She has drawn a weapon and sort of stood in front of them.
Yeah.
From drawing, it seems to be some kind of large great sword, not entirely dissimilar from your own.
Very cool, very cool. I'll tell you what, when I get within range, I'll just say, look, you can zone of truth me, everything I say is truthful. If I go back to hell, Tiamat's coming out.
You go back to hell.
Well, at this point, you're not in.
Yeah, I'm with the other army.
There's a bit of distance, yeah.
If you kill me, that's where I'll be going.
you just like say this to her. She's got her sword. She's like looking at you, and she's like,
"There's nowhere I want to go less. I don't like you. I don't like your god, but I also don't. That bitch can go stay there."
This human lady, she kind of seems to run up to her. Says, "But he's telling the truth.
You can tell the truth, mate. Everything I've said is truthful. I've not spoken a lie."
Yeah, look, as much as we can do that, if that will reassure you, Lutia, I really think you.
I would let it happen.
She's basically, Lutia's not even like she's just staring at you. Which is she's just like my name's Cam. I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
Yep.
To help alleviate my friend's concerns.
Go for it. I will not resist.
Okay. It takes a minute to cast.
Yeah.
During this time, we'll go back to Colin. We'll quickly go to Rosanna. So, Colin, you've had that talk. During that time, everyone around you did not hear the conversation.
Right.
You were like in a trance.
Mm-hmm.
Loki kind of looks over and goes, "A weird feeling that didn't go well."
It could have got a lot worse, but the desired outcome was unfortunately not met. He is a stubborn old fool. He's saying something about how he didn't like what the stone said about his kings. He is effectively willing to die for a king and country, even though most of his country's now gone and his king's long dead.
And if the apocalypse happens, then there'll be no memory of his king.
Oh, I see. Fully well knows that.
Does it?
He is virtually the last person standing. Without him, there is no memory of his king.
Maeve calls over, is like, "I could have told you there's no reasoning with him."
It's always worth trying to reason with everybody. I've learned that from, admittedly not from you, but
What's happened to all these people?
you see the rivers of blood.
He killed them.
He didn't kill them. He's just the last one standing.
We have some of them in these cages,
Well, that too.
but a lot of them have died, yes.
Why did you kill them?
I mean,
Dude, there's quite a few reasons for that. Which at this point, it's a bit of a long story. I don't feel like
Usually people mostly consist of civilians, not soldiers.
Well,
Why would you kill them?
most of the citizens they ran away. So I didn't give chase. The ones that brought weapons, the ones that were in the way.
Why?
Frankly, I was looking for the king. Apparently, he's already dead.
So you killed a lot of people for no reason at all.
Come on, I'm not used to being questioned.
You
like
should
that.
probably
He's
question more then. If you're not
She's
used
a
to it.
very inquisitive person. She means good by it, but you know she's not a she's not a local. She's
Why are these people paralyzed?
from a very different culture.
They were cursed by one of the druids and yeah.
What kind of curse?
It makes them all weak.
Why?
Well, the fight was, it could have been going easier, so this was the solution.
So not all these people are dead, some of them are still alive and you've cursed them.
Yeah, I think it's reversible. Probably.
But he was willing to die on the hill because he believes he's the last of his kind. He's not the last.
He's also just extremely stubborn. He didn't like what the stone was saying, and he knows he can put up a fight. I tried talking to him, but there's just this determination and this rage behind his eyes, but there's also just a sense of a sense of loyalty. You know, the type of loyalty that's like,
Do you think there's any chance he'd stop if his people were released?
I don't know if he would stop himself. Releasing his people is a step forward, but
Oh, they should be released anyway.
obviously, like, we're not going to just randomly kill them.
None of them want to surrender. Which is ridiculous.
Well, you
They
just
can't
killed,
fight anyway.
you killed them indiscriminately. They want to fight for their lives. We don't trust you.
If they would surrender, then
Oh, then what would you do?
I would leave them to their little lives.
But you mean where they lived, what that you destroyed? Going to assume. So they can starve to death in the winter and freeze, giving them a much slower death.
Better than what? Just, once again,
What's worse death? It's slower, painful.
Colin, please get a grip on this lady.
No, we cannot.
I mean, she does have a point, you know. If they're willing to surrender, then we need to at least offer them something. Like, we have enough pride in knowing that we win. If they surrender, we should be able to help them survive at the very least. Let them join us. You know what I always keep telling you? You get more using the carrot than the stick.
Oh, maybe. Sure. Okay. If it makes you happy, I'll make sure you have nice little homes, a nice supply of food, and little farms.
At this point, I turn to Gamera. It's like, you know, Gamera, well, I don't agree with his methods. You have someone who's good at making contracts, and like, I know it's my aunt and everything. I would make sure that there's nothing souls involved.
More that, Brand's just turned his back on the entirety of hell because he doesn't want to go back there for
We don't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Making him sign a contract, write up a contract would probably work. Did I send a message to the man on the hill saying that it's where his people are alive? To let him know?
Let him know that we're working something out on our end. We're gonna try and. It's still this thing about the king and the stone is still confusing to me. Like,
Did we have his body? The king's body? I can speak to him.
I would like it if they had his body. I would be able to confirm that he's dead, but I've just heard it from seemingly everyone just gone. Just gone.
I need
Just
to
disappeared. I've been there.
I'm so happy.
So, look, I don't want to be here a single day longer than I need to. Frankly, we're in a precarious situation. If it came down to it, I've already won. I could just leave, but we can't just leave. Look at the surroundings. We try to leave, we're going to be slaughtered. I'm hoping the other forces try to go for him while we can escape. I was hoping perhaps you already had a plan.
Well, apart from a plan of everybody leaving at once, which would also work,
The
I
vampires
very
and
much
the devils aren't
thought that
going
was going to
to.
happen.
No.
We might have to speak to the people that Vantate.
Speaking of, if you look over there, you can see Brad negotiating with them.
Oh yeah, you can see Brad is now talking to them.
Oh God, why is he speaking?
Dear.
You can see the lady who seems to be walking in a circle around him, performing some kind of spell, which after a moment or two you recognise as Zone of Truth.
Oh, they're casting Zone of Truth on him. Really bad. I think he might die.
Let's quickly go to Ravenna.
Chaos.
So, Ravenna floats over to the man that she recognises, Lucian. He looks very, very suave. And an armoured man stood next to him, looking kind of rough, got blood on him. He looks like he's just been in a fight. And he didn't bother to get cleaned up.
Is this Norman?
Yes.
Greetings, gentlemen. I have arrived.
Lucian gives a very eloquent bow. My princess. And Norman, on the other hand, goes, "Ah, yes, she has arrived." He pulls out a sword, a great sword, just kind of salutes at you with it, and then draws it again. And Lucian at that point goes, "I have received your letter, of course. Thank you for letting me know everything ahead of time. And I want to let you know, we are certainly in for one hell of a spectacle. Like hell of a spectacle indeed."
When do we get to start eating them?
Oh, I think we might have to wait a little longer. That one up on the hill is different.
He looks tasty.
He probably is, dear. But he's also very dangerous. Even to us. Isn't he, Norman? Norman's like, what a powerful undead fool he would be.
Oh.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Marks on his ass.
And its internal model.
Yeah. She doesn't say that. It's like the idea.
But Lucian also goes, he like waves a hand, and some entities you recognize as ghouls come forth, and they seem to be they have like a small wagon, just full of gold, and on top of it is also a bag, a little sack, and he just goes, the sack is Victor's wages.
Thank you. That will make him very happy.
Oh, so you care about him? Okay, that's
He's currently back over there with my entourage.
Oh yes.
I specifically have my back to them so that they can't see the
Hiding the cheese. That's
I don't eat normal food.
I was somewhat perturbed about him for some time because he didn't follow my orders correctly. However, of course, he's been serving you, so of course I must forgive him. Anything we can do you for? We of course have plenty of blood.
That would be nice.
Lucian probably sort of leads you over to what appears to be like some kind of tent. They do in fact have tents. And within there seems to be a great big basin. Very large. It's on top of a platform, like a wooden platform, with lots of ropes holding it in place. There's like hooks on the basin, and the thing's just full.
Okay.
It's about 10 foot wide. Massive.
Yes. It's like I'm just
Easily big enough to bathe in.
just big gulp.
It's delicious.
Just like home cooking.
Have missed this.
Just
You-
like Mother's to slay.
You get the feeling that it reinvigorates you. Had you lost any hit points or spent any spell slots, you would recover them.
Okay. Well, I'm fully recovered from yesterday, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this case, you're already fully recovered.
Okay.
How long have we been waiting?
Oh, well. We've been here 3 days now. Each day, more people die. And more gets added to that stream. It's quite beautiful. We've started making bets, Norman and I. I bet that this one fella could actually get to the top of the hill. I lost that bet. I have actually made contact with my dear sister. I don't think you've met her. Her name, I don't know if for your tongue, you might call her Elizabeth. I prefer to call her Isabel in my own tongue. She is the Countess.
Yes, the Countess. Will she be here?
Oh, I expect her within a day at most. Hopefully, the offerings continue till then. On this, I think we will go back to Grant.
Can I?
Anything you want
I
to
was
say?
gonna say, can Bathory drink blood? I can't pick him up to like the little.
You probably already know this, but he just like is like
He just wants to eat normal kitty food.
doesn't seem to like blood.
Okay.
It's weird because it is a cat. They are predators.
Yeah, you know, they eat dead animals, not blood.
You technically do.
Oh yeah, you get on
I
point.
think it's drinking it and eating it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a bit different.
You are also, Bathory is an intelligent creature.
Yeah.
We go back to Brand. This lady completes Zone of Truth. Goes, there. I sense that you have not resisted it.
That's the only thing you need to ask.
This lady with the draconic features that you recognize, who you think is called Lutia. She looks at you and goes, who is your... List your parents.
Amaranth Tiamat.
Okay.
Look at the colour scheme, it's not.
Yes. My father is Blackwood.
If it makes you feel any better, I hate mum just as much. She's a manipulative, backstabbing bitch who was going to trap me in hell so she can come have a fun time up here.
Okay. Right. Well, we don't want that.
No, you definitely don't.
He should stay there.
And Bahamut should also stay out of mortal business, but who am I to say?
Sure. So, you want us to help you because we don't want her to get free.
Exactly.
Yes, that fortunately makes sense.
Doesn't it just? We need the same thing. My own mother's trying to backstab me and send me back to hell. I quite like it here. I've not been here that long, but it's really nice.
I suppose, in a way, a very weird way, we are sort of family.
Very distant family. Cousins on complete opposite branches.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
She has been holding the sword the whole time. She's like slowly sheaths it. You notice that there's a slight hint of elements just flowing through the sword. She like sheaths it back away. She goes, "What's your name?"
Brand. Yours.
Lutia.
Nice to meet you.
These ones call me Lutia the Paladin. Lutia the Platinum.
I can see it. You are very shiny.
She's like that. She's like, "Thank you."
It's million of it.
Sure. I feel something strange. You feel something strange in your chest. It's like there's some kind of power there that you've not felt before. Something. It's like it's the faintest hint of it, but you can feel that it's something very, very powerful.
This is how dragons flirt. You take opposite punches.
Which one is the good dragon and which one's the bad dragon?
See, that's the bad one. Never mind.
Don't worry.
You just went for that. You didn't. No, we don't have that sponsorship yet.
Oh dear.
We get to put out like an officially branded like 5-color
Yeah.
dragon dildo.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't just spell it out. You felt me to. Okay. So,
I'm trying to get the sponsorship.
she just seems to grip at her chest. She's like, I feel something strange, but I haven't felt it before. But it's like something about you being near.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm curious, do you like to fight? That's a great big great sword you have.
What's like to fight?
That is something we can agree on.
She looks a little bit disgusted. She's like, I don't like that.
Every coin has an opposite side. There's the bit in the middle that meets up. Don't feel too bad about
When you say the bit in the middle that meets up, you think you'd feel a slight flare in the both of you. The both of you kind of almost experience kind of heartburn. Like,
it. Okay, whatever this is really weird. Is it like noticeably stronger than any power that Bram's ever felt? Because obviously he's being a paladin warlock. He's borrowed a lot of power from Tiamat.
I would say, the check I would ask you to do would be a charisma save.
Okay.
To try and kind of, if he's trying to kind of look inward and
Yeah, he's trying to realise
That's
what
what
his power
this
is. Yeah, that's very much exactly what he's doing. He's trying to figure out what he's feeling.
actually we'll roll for her as well.
Oh, 8 on the dice, not great. I'll see what it saves. I get +3 to though, because aura.
What's your bonus?
I'm going to just check. So charisma is +3. My save is +11, so that's 19 total check. Because you said it's charisma save, thankfully.
Well, she gets 15.
Okay.
She kind of is. She can sense something. She just senses that it's very powerful. You're 19. You get more of an idea. You can sense this is on a power level not dissimilar to your mother.
Okay, fair enough. Now, that's the question. Literally, what do we do with this?
The priestess sort of next to both of you. She's looking both of you and she goes, I think I understand this.
Really? Because I'm very confused.
Yes, a lot of people get confused about me. I have a strange
We all have our own gifts. Mine is hitting things really hard.
Yes. Well, I don't know the name of my god. Let's not go into too much detail. My god is powerful and lets me see things that others can't. And you too see something very powerful indeed. It's something when you said about two sides of the same coin, it's almost like you two are two sides of the same coin.
I mean, I don't know too much of our history, but I have Tiamat, they were once the only dragons, right?
She
Maybe it's something along those lines.
takes a moment and she goes, I must ask a question. I must commune.
Do what you need to.
She goes and sits away from the rest of you, and she sort of sits as if to meditate. And looking at this, she goes, "Karen, that's very insightful, very wise. Sometimes she helps me make the right decision."
She seems like a wise person. I can understand why.
I don't know if you know that much about making the right decision, though.
I know about making decisions that keep me alive. I've led a very different life.
Perhaps. This gonna go back to Colin and Gamera.
Yeah, we've been looking at the distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just sweating bullets.
The conversation seems to be going well from what you can see.
Not stabbed each other yet.
Yeah.
That's good.
I even got to put a sword away.
Okay.
He's not just me from this distance, so they look like they're getting along too.
Kind of. Maybe it's that hate fucking kind of thing.
Maybe.
You also you think way off in the distance.
Yeah.
You see some kind of blue dragon lady amongst the devils, as well as a green dragon man of some kind.
How many siblings does Brand have?
And the blue dragon lady in particular looks like she's walking back and forth and yelling. She looks very angry.
Oh god, he did something, didn't he?
Very like, I mean, from what I know,
I slapped her in the
Do
face
they
and
recognise
left.
that as his sister?
I mean,
I don't know.
They
don't.
no, they didn't
I
mean
don't.
her.
Did they not when
No, we did.
when we had the snowball fight?
yeah, we met her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
they have
you met
to-
her very briefly.
Yes, you
We
have
snowballed
met her.
off, then she left.
You recall his sister, who you met for a short time. Yes.
I mean, as long as that guy's on the hill, people aren't fighting, should we just go see what the fuck is happening?
I mean, we can if you want to. I mean, why the hell not?
I don't know if he's going to go back on his own and he might get stabbed. Also, I don't know where Venner is.
I think Ravenna went off towards the undead skeleton. Undead skeleton people. Hey, Victor!
Holding the cheese.
Yeah, it's holding the cheese. And he basically just like, yep, she went to go visit her family. Kinda. He told me to hide the cheese.
Okay.
Did Victor not recognise that his boss is there?
Oh, he does. That's why he hid the cheese. He knows that Ravenna does not want them to see her eating normal food.
Let's face it, he probably doesn't want to look at his boss. It's very much like,
That's true.
fuck.
That's
Also, the last time I complained about how much money they gave me, they took it all back.
God,
Ooh.
that's not good.
It wasn't. I was very hungry.
Hmm.
I used to have 4 horses. You know, I ate one of them because I was hungry, and then having 3 just unbalanced it. So
You remember the echoing voice of Lucian just goes through Victor's mind. Daddy!
yeah.
Well,
I mean, there's intelligence of -2, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
when we are sorting this out, how long can you wait? Because if we can wait a day, that means I can create quite a few friends. That will help.
Okay, that sounds good.
I will need access to skeletons.
Well, there are a few around. Perhaps you could ask them.
Oh, I'm happy to ask the dead people.
Sure. But well, if perhaps it could be today. I am concerned because we are surrounded by very dangerous-looking enemies.
It seems like they can't get any closer because he's in the middle.
Yeah. There's tense peace for now.
The people over there speaking to our brother, have you spoken to them?
We spoke to them very briefly. We don't have any quarrel with them. They simply, well...
So potential allies that might help you to get out.
Sure.
We can broker that.
Easily enough.
So we go with I broker that. I raise dead people.
Fine.
It will help with the fight
Yeah,
because if we
maybe
wait a
that's
day,
fine.
because then I can just get loads and loads of more skeletons. Because I cast it once and they're just mine.
I mean, there's an
I
army.
can get a lot.
There's an army of dead people that you could like make an army of dead people. And team
Actually,
up
that's
with.
the thing. Because you cast animate undead, and I do it with undead that are already alive. If I just cast it, can I just take them?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, the existing one. Or do I have to create new ones and only cast on the ones I have created? I'll probably I'll just do it with the dead.
There's enough dead you can make
Yeah.
it dead.
I would say that if you can cast a spell that be capable to create the type of undead you're trying to control, then you would have like a contested check with the original.
Yeah, I mean, casting time is a minute, so I'd have to get them down first. So it'd be a whole process. But in the future, if we're stealing undead, is it a possibility that I could do?
So just also Maeve's just looking over at her quite differently now.
Yeah.
Like,
How do you think I stole this skeleton? I told it to the leaders here. It did. I can only do that one at a time though. So I probably want to save that for the big undead, but I can make him himself for a minute. Give him back his soul.
you have interesting friends, Colin.
Oh, I'm his sister.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's,
like the dragon in the distance, the one that ran off, yeah. Oh, half siblings because of dad.
Oh, the pretty fella. I remember
Yeah.
him.
Please don't.
Just very quickly, back with Ravenna. In the darkness of this tent, you can see in because you can see in the dark. The basin of blood. Nothing else here. At least you didn't think so at first.
Mhm.
From out of the darkness comes an entity with many eyes and at least one wing.
I'm sorry, I can hear the theme song in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And
I was going to say it was him as a joke, but no, he is.
yeah. Mark Sephiroth walks out of the darkness.
One really big sword.
Mm-hmm.
And
Some people say he's overcompensating, but
for a prompt for Brandon.
So you've been like rusty on this one.
You've actually been following Ravenna this entire time, keeping a long distance, and have finally felt this was a good time to reveal yourself because of the particularly dangerous entity on top of the hill.
Fair. So, I've been keeping up with you.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yes, been having a fun little adventure, have we?
I'm going to turn around and leave.
Look, before you go, we need to deal with the problem on there.
Why don't you go deal with it then?
Have you noticed the rivers of blood?
I thought you were a demon.
Even a demon can bleed. And so can a vampire. We need a plan to kill him.
Also, Lucian is just stood there. He's like, I didn't know you communed with powerful demons, my lady. I didn't know that.
He
Hello.
thinks he's my stepdad.
I am by all extension.
You are the Queen's consort.
Right.
It's an honor to make your acquaintance. You notice he's slightly quivering.
So, first things first, why is he not dead yet?
I'm sorry, sir.
We're all here. We want him dead.
I have been. I'm not the commander, sir. Norman is, and he has seen it fit to simply watch now.
Can there be a human who we can't kill? They are squishy meat bags full of food.
This one is not normal.
It's an unnatural.
He is. I dare say he's part of God, at least. Some great god of war, I must assume. If I may, I would be excused. I would like to inform Norman of a new company.
As you wish.
Thank you. He swishes his hat and bows out of the tent.
Well, I suppose it's not a bad idea letting everyone else exhaust themselves trying to kill him first. But what are you going to do when the time comes?
I only learned about this yesterday.
Then I suggest you think quickly. And will you need my assistance?
I don't know how to kill a god. I've never have killed a god.
She remembers.
Did you do it the first time?
I'm not entirely sure. We just beat her up a lot.
Seems like
and,
a
then one
random
of my,
mundane answer.
and then one of my entourage just stabbed her and she died.
Sounds like your entourage is the one with the god-killing powers then. Go get him.
I'm gonna go and drag God.
So you start flying back to.
But it's trudging to like.
I'm gonna instruct Lucian's ghouls to go like put that wagon of stuff in my carriage.
So okay.
And I'm gonna give Victor his money as well.
So a group of ghouls and Ravenna floating along with the ghouls behind her, wielding a small wagon of gold. They look very haphazard.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just about keep up with them.
That's funny.
Starts coming towards Maeve's entourage.
Oh boy, here we go.
To clarify, at this time, is Colin and Gamira walking over to...
Yeah.
We were walking over to Brand or Brand's sister.
Brand.
We were walking over to Brand,
Yeah.
so
Brand
that
is
means
fun,
that it's all
actually.
happening behind her.
Yep, it's happening behind you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna notice.
Oh, this ceasefire is going to fall apart.
I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna physically drag Colin specifically back to my stepdad.
Okay, that's interesting.
Right,
Right.
I suppose, anyway.
So, you guys walk over. It's a relatively short walk. You get over there. They eye you, but they don't seem. Oh, they don't seem to think that you're.
Mhm.
They sort of recognize you're coming over to talk. The one Brand knows as Lutia speaks up and goes, "Halt!" And then goes, "Are you two with Brand?"
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry for whatever we did.
You haven't done anything yet.
Really?
Well, sorry for anything he may do.
A good fight sometimes gets better.
Yes, we have trouble controlling him. It's
Well, obviously not. Well, yes, we do, but not the most trouble we've had controlling people.
certainly not. But
Not the best.
You know,
so he's at least reasonable.
You can reason. Usually you offer him food.
yeah.
He loves the food around here.
Off flying, he likes flying.
The local food is nice.
Mm.
Flying is also enjoyable.
I can see like the look on her face, like we have far too much in common.
Yeah.
This is just like,
Yes.
okay, well, are you his?
We're his siblings.
Half
Unfortunately.
siblings, Dad.
Yes.
Same dad.
I was expecting servants. Okay,
No, he. Oh,
God, no.
he has.
So they both have potential just as much as I do.
I phone kick him and say.
So that she's just like looking around, just like,
The dad seems to be the common link so
Mhm.
far.
you know, I've heard things about you, Brand. Things to expect, and so far, you don't match up with my expectations.
He's not actually that bad, and he is evil.
I mean, he's a big fan of contracts. That's what we need to try and strike up later.
Yeah, we're trying to free the people in the cages. That is
Oh.
output.
To catch you guys up, my mum tried to stab me in the back and sent me to hell for 100 years. So that's off the table.
So no banishment if you piss me off. Got it.
No, please, for the love of God, you'll send him out up here.
Oh God, no.
Oh, you can banish? Oh, that's good
Yeah.
to know. That's
I
good
think
to
I can
know.
also ban him.
Just in
I-
case we ever need to just, get rid of him.
I usually just polymorph when
Oh.
he's causing trouble.
Yeah, that's also.
Also, look,
I'm
if
just saying.
if you ever think of getting rid of me, remember what's coming out.
I know. It's just good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I have enough betrayal from that side of the family. Don't need it on this one.
yes, so don't betray us.
I don't plan to yet.
But please betray after apocalypse happens.
That's fine.
Like at least wait that long. There's a lot to go on. We really don't need to be doing this right now.
Yeah,
Still a
Cam's
little
been
time.
talking about there being an apocalypse coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, entities from a different dimension that basically when they eat you completely wipe you from existence.
Yeah, she has been saying that.
Yeah, are coming. Yeah, we've kind of got an idea how to deal with them. It's kind
Speaking
of
of, I think I found our first two candidates for stepping up to the plate.
really
Myself and my
people.
cousin here.
Maybe
Sure, what you mean by that exactly?
You know this fat power you've been feeling well in?
Sure.
I think you and me, with our aspects of our parentage, could become more.
Because we know certain
Oh, yeah.
people shouldn't know about this.
There's a bunch of dwarves just around, just like looking at you. Like,
Yeah, that's why Brand's using vague but truthful words.
they're all like this kind of almost blank face. They're like staring like at each of you, and you get like really, 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 really. If you stare them in the eyes deep enough, you think they're all thinking. You note the human woman nearby seems to be, as you recognize the spell, she's casting the spell. It is the spell Cocoon, right?
Yeah.
Basically, we know that these things, no weapon, nothing can hurt them, but they can be hurt by concepts. Because people need to exist to believe in concepts, but you have to find a way to weaponize concepts. It is weird. Try to think, I need to do a message to a friend from where I'm from, the Underdark, to maybe we can think about this like magically, how we can do that.
I've never been a creature I couldn't kill with my sword,
Yeah, you can't kill these with a sword.
but that is what Hakan has been saying. That these creatures cannot be felled by any weapon that we possess.
That we possess, yes.
It's beyond mortal power. You have to become more than mortal, more than a god. The gods can still be slain.
and that involves giving up a lot. A lot.
Emphasis on I, will happily sacrifice anything if it means saving people.
Brilliant. And I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're working with, but immediately, dude on the hill, your family trying to escape, vampires that enslave people and their souls, devil people.
Who tried to stab me in the back?
Who tried to stab you in the back, yeah.
From what we've gathered so far, we're family retreating. If your family retreating, it seems like the devil people just want to watch the fight. It doesn't seem like they want to partake in it.
They want to bring Tiamat back.
Undead people want to just watch the fight. They don't seem relevant on partaking.
I do want to
It's them over there that are the issue.
Yeah, they want to take over all this.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the whole game plan.
And we have to keep them away from you now.
Yes.
I really want to fight Norm, because I want to save someone he has under control.
I mean, I'd love to kill all them, but there's a risk that if I die...
Yeah, we really have to protect you.
Which kind of sucks. I like fighting.
Yeah.
You're all clearly, two of you are clearly smart individuals. One's for plants. Look over these dwarves. You look a bit more closely and you see that they are bedraggled. Many of them are wounded. They have been fighting and it looks like they haven't had time to rest. And she goes, before many have fallen. Those devils have fought them out of their homes because they dared to protect me.
You're the one my sister was talking about. That'll add up now.
Can I, being the bad that I am, use my Song of Rest in Dwarvish to move the dwarves?
You know what? Sure.
To get an extra d6 if they regain HP, but if they're all tired and weary, not only should this be healing them, I'm also speaking to them in their common tongue.
You do get the sense that they do kind of lighten up and enjoy your performance.
You're gonna sing a song about digging a hole.
Oh, I do have that Captain Sparkle song on my phone.
You ever seen the Terry Pratchett song that's about dwarves? It just goes gold, 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 gold. Gold, 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 gold.
Admittedly, I've not heard that one. Honestly, my mind was either going to go with hi ho, or it was just going to go digging one more time until just a fucking Minecraft parody Gangnam Style.
So soothing.
So soothing. Yeah.
Don't mine at night.
Yes.
And the daughter's like, but we mine all the time.
Don't mind at night, Shepherd's Delight.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, she just kind of, she's sort of, you get the sense that she feels guilt for what's happened. She goes, if we try and escape, those devils will chase us. The only reason that we're not already dead is because of that thing up there.
Mm-hmm.
That really crazy, impressive thing. I've never seen a human quite like him.
There's no chance we can just convince him to go in the way of the devils.
I don't think he's going to leave that. That's the whole point.
I doubt it. He is literally and figuratively willing to die on that hill.
He's also bringing the world to a standstill.
Wait, is your sister one that's commanding them?
The blue one?
Yeah.
Well, kind of. There's a few of them who are in charge, but she's the big one, yeah.
Can we know you enough that she sends all her devils after you and place him between you and the devils?
So Lucia looks at you like, I said you were one of plans. That plan is insane.
Yes. Insane plans are her thing. She's incredibly smart and not very bright.
Do you know what we would risk?
What if
If he falls, do
What
you
if
know what will happen?
What if you didn't have to risk anything now?
Oh, we losers.
Yeah.
You could illusion
Well, I
down to
am-
the hill and then go.
After all,
I mean, we have a god that can do it.
not only do we have a god, but I partake in a fine illusion myself every now and
So why
again.
do we meet like
She feels like her own, like, oh my god. And sees this, like, man, and he just goes, hello.
Speaking of, where is
It's
that
really
all?
cool. It's just really good sit.
Yes, because the eagle's not trying to steal it.
Oh, yeah, they don't have
You know,
Where
Yeah,
is-
exactly.
sorry, I'm going to get back to
Say,
you.
like, meanwhile, there's this conversation going on. Meanwhile, Ravenna is getting ever
Yeah. I'm going to get back to you in one
I
moment.
should probably add that to my inventory.
I just wanted to say that Loki, you note, seems to be looking at Lutia like this.
I am
Eyebrows waggling.
Loki's a funny character.
And she's just like, okay. We're going to get back to Ravenna.
So make it around.
You float up to Victor. You're about to say something. You're interrupted. As Fergus unveils his great axe. It goes, oh, undead, they've come to kill us! God!
And that is the ceasefire broken.
Do you have anything to
I
say?
was going to Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, no.
you have to go around because Colin's
Oh,
not
okay.
around.
Because I was going to say, you were sending the carriage to the wagon, weren't you?
That's having the wagon to the carriage, and I was
Yeah,
going to pick
yeah.
up Colin.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, you're probably not even in range to stop them.
Like Victor
No.
is just sort of stopping.
Well, what you see is that Victor turns around about to see these, like, ghouls it seemed to give him a large amount of money. He's like, oh! And then Fergus seems to just charge the ghouls. You see this giant man, he just starts wailing into them. And the ghouls, well, one or two probably try and strike him, and then after a moment or two, they kind of start to realize it might be pointless and start trying to run away.
Yeah, that's fine. I do kind of just want Victor, because Victor has also tried, or at least seen the potential of this big guy. It's like, wait. They're just here to give me my payment from my mistress. They're not here to fight or anything.
He has killed one already, but you can roll persuasion for
A
Victor.
little bit late. Yeah.
I mean, they're just ghouls, but it's like.
Yeah.
I'm just adding the magic orb to my inventory so I make sure I have a note on it. And then persuasion.
Not great, is he?
He's not bad at it.
But he's not good at either.
No. Alright, new dice. This is the first time I'm going to roll your d20. Please make it a good one. Your use in the future is determined by this. 5. Sake. 30 quid on more. For 2 uses.
Is that 5 overall? Or?
Yeah. He has no bonuses or negatives. He just 5.
You basically, Victor, pretty sure that Fergus just didn't hear him.
Yeah.
Just didn't register that anyone was talking to him.
Too busy murdering ghouls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ghouls, most of them start making a hasty retreat.
Yeah.
3 of them get killed. There were 5 of them, so now 2 of them escape.
That's fine.
I'm going to tell Colin to like tell his guy stop doing that.
Well, yep. In this time, then, you float up to a lot of dwarves, a platinum dragon lady, and your siblings. You know also this woman over there seems to be having some kind of trance. All the dwarves and Lutia all draw their weapons as you approach. And they're just like, what the f-?
Well,
Another sibling.
And that Lutia is just like,
yeah,
Do
we're,
not tell my stepdad that.
Did your stepdad too? You the stepdad?
I don't talk about him.
Hey, that's a lot. There's a lot there.
yeah, there's a lot there. Lutia's just like,
Tell that man not to kill my driver or I kill his wife and come with me.
well, okay, Lutia gestures and the dwarves like put their weapons away. She puts hers away as well.
who's
He's the one
going?
that's a lot.
Sorry, who's going where?
I'm pretty sure Ravenna's kidnapping me right
I'm
now.
I'm gonna drag Colin.
Yeah.
It's just like
No, wait, where are you taking him? And Brandy's going to start.
Yeah, I'm like holding on to Colin,
How
not
did
being
we-
effective.
You killed the god. We need to know how you did that.
Oh, right. That.
Who's we?
So if you're like walking
I'm
forward,
just
are you like
pointing
allowing her to
like-
drag you?
pointing towards like my.
It's kind of like not dragging at this point. I am kind of just walking along with her.
If Brand is following,
Yeah.
Lucia goes, Brand, you can't leave. You've got to keep you safe.
We also,
Hey, come along.
I think that Ravenna taking Colin is also a bad idea.
Can this? She just like yells over at the vampire lady. She's just like, "Hey, stupid undead bitch! Can you just hold it for like a minute, please? My friend over there is still in the commune. She needs a few minutes."
Oh, yeah, just a point of information. If people want to send Van back to hell, and if he goes back to hell, Tiamat is going to come back up.
100 years. Don't
Yeah,
forget that.
so you probably really fuck up your people if they get back up as well. Also,
She doesn't like my mother. I don't think so.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you probably
so
don't want her to show up either.
so we kind of want to stay here to be protective. Also, I think the plan is to go up to him tomorrow because I want to create a whole bunch of undead. So we've got more people. Because right now we can wait a little bit. We can wait a day
My
and
stepdad
have a plan.
wants to talk to the one who killed the god the last time.
Can you bring him over here?
I think that's a bad idea.
Steve, we go over there.
I won't let them kill you. You're with me.
I'm just gonna say I don't trust that.
Neither do I.
Wow.
We'll immediately start yelling at Norm if I see him.
I'm amazed, but apparently this
I don't.
Brand here is
don't
not
fight
the
me
worst
right
one.
now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't. Like, we said we had more trouble controlling other people. Me, other people.
He keeps eating people.
I'm a vampire.
Ooh.
You're not.
Is there any particular reason that we shouldn't just kill her now?
in front of
We're
them.
trying to.
We're trying to make it
How
nicer.
are you?
We're trying to, like,
No,
There's an apocalypse happening. We've got bigger issues. We need all people we can get.
yeah.
She seems like a hindrance.
She is family at the end of the day.
Look, we're trying to broker the situation so that we all work together to prevent the apocalypse. She's been the most difficult one. I'm in two minds about it, but I quite like this place now.
We've also find out she's very lightweight and much easier to deal with drunk.
Hey, do you have alcohol?
Look at my entourage and
Yes, like, let me explain.
I follow God and we can drink.
The man.
No, let me explain dwarves to you. They do nothing but drink.
Oh, you got. I'm from the Underdark.
How do we kill the man on the hill? He's a god, isn't he?
I don't know how much I know about the Underdark.
So like everyone's ignoring Ravenna.
Trying to track Colin back to Mark's
to be honest, I think that she probably doesn't really have the strength to pull him. Really,
But yeah, because kind of just walking.
Yeah.
So
Bring him here or get away so we can send messages here. Because it's dangerous for us to leave because they will try and kill us. The devils, well, they'll try to kill Brand and then we're all fucked.
I'm gonna go get Lucian.
did you say his name out loud?
His name.
Your stepdad's name out loud.
Did I say his name?
I think you just did.
I think I did.
Oh,
did, yeah.
no. Oopsie.
So Lucia just kind of stops for a moment and goes, "Did you just say Mark Sephiroth?"
Yes.
That's your stepdad.
He's currently the one bagging my mother. I don't really get a say in the matter. So I just ignore him.
You know, it's starting to make more sense. I'm starting to understand now. So if have you met this Mark Sephiroth?
No, it's the first
No.
time I've heard of him.
He's a big, powerful demon.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait.
can we send him?
Demons and devils hate each other.
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
Right.
I imagine a demon appearing on this battlefield would be very,
Okay,
very
yeah.
bad.
Don't do that.
We tell him that we'll deal with the guy in the middle if they fight the devils.
We could do this. We could
Deal.
Make a deal.
He has some amount of demonic forces, I believe.
I mean, vampires.
Well, yes,
Yeah, but
but
if the demons don't hate each other, if he's got any amount of
Oh, yeah, then them as well.
demons, the devils will go
I
mad.
don't expect to be doing this today.
This is why I was
Well,
thinking,
perhaps if some demonic forces could show up, they might serve a very good distraction. Do you think might be something that could happen? This is...
Princess Ravenna.
Princess Ravenna. Do you think perhaps your stepfather could bring forth some demonic forces and distract those devils over there?
I can ask him, I guess.
make a point that if those devils get me, Tiamat comes up, and it's going to make their job on the surface a lot more difficult. That is our bargaining chip. I am a bargaining chip.
I'm going to go float off in the direction of where my faction is, and I'm going to talk to my stepdad, I guess.
MMerrett, you being very capable with spells, very knowledgeable, you recognize that she has cast the spell Commune and that she's in the trance from it. By all accounts, she should already be finished.
Yeah.
But she isn't.
Oh. You start to wonder that direction, keeping a bit of distance, being respectful, but having a look, because I'm suddenly really curious. I want to know.
As you get closer, though her eyes are closed, you think seeping from the lids, you see the slightest impression of light just peeking out from them.
He was like sat on the floor, just like watching. It's a little bit glitter.
It's a little bit more curious.
Yeah. So I'm like, just gonna. It's like an arcana check or something, see if I can feel any magic, see if I can just tap into it a little bit.
Yeah, you can roll an arcana check. That is floating back. For a moment or two, Fergus kind of comes back to Victor and goes, I think you said so.
Well, basically, you know those ghouls you just killed?
Oh, yeah, those foul creatures, yes.
Yeah, they basically just came in to give me my pay for the week or month, or I don't remember how long it's been since I've been paid. They basically just came to drop off some supplies for my mistress. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're pretty much just grunts. I don't think it's anything too major, but yeah.
at least they got a little bit of fighting
Hey, they've been dead once already, right?
in. You're kind of nice. You're kind of cool. I like that. Cool.
Yeah. I'll respect you. You mean, but bigger.
Wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Well, I can make it look fair. I kind of like to do the shapeshift so I look even more howlish than I already do.
Foul creature!
And he's gone. Nah, that's nice.
I'm just kidding.
If Fergus kills Victor, the
more we'll start.
No, he just kind of freaks out for a little while.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's a cool trick. Actually, we got some other people here. The druids can do that. That's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
I better sort out this carriage. They can't just dump it here.
I guess you count through gold. You think there's 1,000 gold pieces here
Oh,
Just in total or just for me?
in the little bag
Yeah.
that you know has a little little paper tag next to it that says Victor.
Mm-hmm.
You open it up and it's 50 silver.
Cool. Vintage just happened to be paid, and he knows if he touches a single piece of that gold, he's fucked. So, 50 silver. Yeah, other than that,
You can't commit tax fraud. I can fraud people out of their taxes.
yeah.
I think these are like just taxes.
Yeah.
Victor looks at the glove and he sees someone with like this weird black rose. Like, I swear that was my glove last week. But yeah, he basically knows exactly how Ravenna likes the carriage to be, so he's very neatly putting things away where it all should be.
Yeah.
Rolled a 24, by the way. Oh. It's not that good.
That's not good.
It could have been higher.
I've got plus 15.
Okay, fair. That's ridiculous.
Well. For once, on a very rare occasion, you are somewhat bemused. You can sense there is something happening, some kind of communication with something. Normally, when someone is casting commune, you might be able to help. You'd be able to sort of identify the type of creature, perhaps even the specific god. In this case, you can't. In this case, it's like the entity is simply too far away.
Yeah, Gamu's just absolutely fascinating now. I don't think it doesn't annoy her when she doesn't understand things. It kind of excites her a little bit because
It's something new to know.
yeah, something new. She's internally curious. She's just it's fun.
Ravenna comes back up to the undead host. Two ghouls have returned alive. And Norman looks and goes, I was pretty sure I had more earlier. Hi, Ravenna. Good to see you, my princess.
It is nice to finally meet the great Norman.
Oh, yes. I hope, once all is said and done, that we will have a great many more bodies to make use of.
Yes. Where is Mark Sephiroth?
He's here. I did not know. Actually, have you seen Lucian?
Oh,
Where did he go?
Last I saw, he was with you, and you went into the tent. Is he? Perhaps he's left?
He left when Mark showed up. Norman, go find him.
Go find
Go
Lucian.
find Lucian. I need him here.
Very well. If you don't mind, I will have my best servant.
Very well. Mark.
You note, absent-mindedly, perhaps you're not paying too much attention because you don't really care. Norman, his eyes sort of fill and go black, and his fangs come out, and he starts whispering something. So, the lot of you who are with the other group, you think you just about see that skeleton that you put in that cage earlier. He stands up.
I just want to open the skip stay.
I think it's a bit late for that.
You are a little too far away to do it in the same round. But you see him simply draw his weapon and smash open the door to this cage. He then gets out, and many warriors are surrounding him. Most of them, he simply just grabs their face and just pushes them out of the way and starts walking.
Yeah, I'm running towards.
This is not good.
I'm keeping that skeleton.
Mark Sephiroth. He appears in the entranceway to the tent, and he looks hesitant to get out. He says, "What? What is it, Provider?"
Devils hate demons, right?
Yes, indeed.
So, can you summon a load of devils here? Demons here. Fight them. I don't know what the difference is between you people.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Let's do a meeting, please.
Just summon up a bunch of demons. Of course, I could summon demons, remember?
They are here because they want to kill Tiamat's son. And if he dies, then Tiamat comes here.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll put things in perspective.
I don't think my mother likes her.
you're right about that. I am going to have some talk real quick.
If you get rid of the demons, then we can fight
Devil.
the devils. Fight the man on the hill.
I like the idea of the little vampire like next to him, just kind of correcting him. Yeah, that's where he just gets.
They're devils.
Don't. Don't demons.
Absolutely. At least how he ever speaks. Just to correct the back.
Want to tell him when there were invisible things.
Yes.
My Sephiroth sort of fades into the tent. Get back to the rest of you.
Oh.
The lady you know is apparently named Akam. Finally comes out of her trance. She opens her eyes and there's a big flash that almost blinds me now.
Oh, yeah, just sat right in front of it.
She looks like she's not sure where she is for a moment.
I am right next to her.
She's like,
My eyes. What was that? That was fascinating.
there's little time. She stands up and she walks up to Lutia. She starts whispering to her. I'd say basically the three of you, if you're trying to sort of hear what they're saying, as sort of you can roll perception.
Nope.
I didn't expect him to pass that.
Frank's going to wait and he's going to ask directly what we're talking about.
Hey, nat 20.
But yeah, yeah. Colin,
The secret leader thing.
That's got to be a good roll, right?
Huh?
And what is the actual bonus?
24.
Oh, you only got +4?
Yeah, because I don't have wisdom proficiency, so it's just jack of all trades.
oh yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Well, you hear her start whispering. Okay, Lutia, I need you to listen. I need you to listen very carefully. I really don't want this, Lutia. It's the only way. I love you. But I need you to do something, and you're not going to come back from this. And you're not going to like this. The two of you, your parents, they were not the first dragons. The first dragon was much more powerful, and it had some fight with some other powerful entity. I don't know the full details, and it won somehow. And it was a very, very, very long time ago, but during the fight it got split in two. We know those two as Bahamut and Tiamat. Like I said, you're not going to like this, but, well, you two I don't know what exactly that looks like, but if that happens, you two will be like that creature reborn. Dragon, the original dragon reborn. I think then you stand up to even him. She looks up at the hill.
I had something.
Colin hears all of this.
Colin hears all of this.
Look
I go to Brand, and in that like brotherly, teasing sort of way, it's like, he wants to bed you, bro.
Brandon's taking a bit back at it, like, bit selected.
But they're talking about you two fusing, and like, I may not know much about the topic, but I mean, what else could that possibly be?
Lutia's like seems to be taking what Akam is saying very seriously. Her face doesn't shift at all while she's listening.
When they do stop speaking, Brand will ask what have they been speaking about? What needs to happen? Well, what's going on? What did your communion tell us?
She looks over at him. She kind of pulls him by the shoulder and goes, "Thank you, my friend. It's a very nice thing." Will he agree?
To what?
It seems we have a way out for both of us.
A way out of running for the rest of my life.
Indeed. I get to save everyone. You get to live. Not even your mother could stop you.
Okay, now you have my attention.
We would have great power.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
had you very quickly. Manual illusion just round his head, just so that I was what's in his head. Like, I told you, bro. I told you. She wants you.
I'm just imagining these two combining in like a big Studio Trigger animation style into like a big badass dragon.
Absolutely.
Can the dragon chuck the galaxy at the like Tiamat?
Yeah, we just teleport to hell. Say nothing personal, kid, and you're here.
With the power of friendship.
Yeah, with the power of ship.
Power of friendship and the doom music kicking in.
Oh, yes. The music's definitely Brad a little bit there.
She notices what Colin is doing and goes, "Hey, stop that."
Sorry, I didn't intend to overhear, but I heard everything.
You clearly didn't understand.
It was something about you two fusing becomes this powerful dragon being that was apparently the first dragon before even Tiamat and Bahamut, which apparently slid into
I'm sorry,
Tiamat
what?
and Bahamut.
Yeah, it's like that's
From that.
random.
Because they had to fuse together.
Quite sure I can, right? There's no, I can, but no.
Right, sorry, wind back a second. There was a dragon before those two.
Yes, apparently this ultimate dragon being whatever had a fight with some other being, and while winning the fight, it ended up splitting into what I assume to be Tiamat and Bahamut.
And the cam's like, yes. After looking into the past, that is what I saw.
So if we somehow become one, we will become a new version of this great dragon?
Yeah, essentially. I think the way that you two could fuse together is by accepting each other and all included, become one whole being rather than one wholly good and wholly evil.
Funny thing is, I never agreed with wholly good and wholly evil. I think Bahamut's a stuck-up guy who puts rules on too many people, and I think Tiamat's a backstabbing bitch.
It's at that point, literally just like, I always assumed that Tiamat was a backstabbing bitch. Sometimes my father can be
Just
blind. Sometimes he doesn't see that the real world is not so pure. Sometimes.
I've learned it's not so dumb.
What's your favorite food you've eaten here?
Not my favourite, but I remember my first one the most. It was bear. Bear was delicious because it was the first thing I tasted when I came to this world. The first thing that wasn't the dregs of.
That is bizarre.
It is. But what it's taught me is that this place is more than just the grand lands of wherever Bahamut lives and more than the eternal suffering of hell. There's something here worth having. Tiamat would take it by force, and I think she would completely destroy it by doing so. I think your father would probably try to rule it with his sense of justice and spoil it by removing anything impure from it.
You're not wrong. Also, my father, he doesn't seem to take this other threat that the chemist has spoken about seriously.
And if you may, I call him a fool. Tiamat's equally ignored it as not important. She thinks she's above all. She sent me on a little errand to go try and fix the problem, and as it turns out, it was just a ploy to get me to this realm to do the little swap.
And I'm ready to sacrifice anything, okay?
And I'm willing to sacrifice the one thing I've always looked out for myself.
Unexpected. But okay.
I wouldn't say it's for good reasons. It's so I can say fuck you to Tiamat and also put Bahamut in his place.
A little bit of spite, okay?
Absolutely. Because nothing is for purely good reasons, nothing's for purely bad, right? I like this place. I don't want to see it go. But I also want to say fuck you to some gods who've got a bit too big there.
Yeah. How do we do this? I think
I don't know.
it sounds like I think you need to, you know,
Random just reach out and see if she'll do the same.
just like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
As you make contact, the feeling that was in your heart like becomes stronger. It starts to make you both feel very weak.
Mm.
You both sort of holding on to each other. You feel now that you don't think you could let go if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You both struggle to stand, fall, and you then feel it. It's coming up out of both of your maws. And her more bright light, and out of your more all five things you can breathe,
Oh, yeah.
going in all directions.
Disco light.
Just looking at this thing, dragon sex is weird.
Yeah. Poor Colin. So many.
In the air,
Mm.
these things seem to merge into some great multicolored flame of just combined destruction and creation,
Yin and Yang and all that.
swirling in a circle. And then quite violently falls down upon both of you. And for a moment, it looks as if both of you have disappeared. Then, in the sky above, a vaguely humanoid figure, standing taller than either of you, great big wings. Mostly green, and red, galactic face, with a clear sheen of metallic scales. This new entity lands. He looks mighty indeed. Although, you say he at first, and you look closer and go, actually, I'm really not sure. This entity looks around at all of you and then sees, way off in the distance, Ravenna floating back towards you. He then looks and goes, I think our sibling has news. Grave news.
Are you okay?
Gold. Something new.
Just kind of gently poke his hand.
Yes, I am real.
I mean, you're a brother, don't right?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Actually. Yes. Entirely I am. Lutia didn't say. Father really does get around.
Oh, we've a lot of siblings. Yeah.
Did he?
But isn't... Okay. Who? Wait, who?
That is disturbing. Well. Needless to say, feel different. I can sense Ravenna's thoughts. Potent something. Great. Terrible.
You can sense people's thoughts.
Yes.
He just like goes off and like far like stares like don't think bad things. He's think bad things.
Ravenna sees this happen from a distance. She sees the sibling that she knows disappear. And she seems to think quite intuitively that he seems to have merged with this other lady that they've just met. Just some more powerful being.
Dragons do that.
You float up. Looks over you and goes, that's the news.
Friend?
Not sure what name is appropriate.
New name.
Perhaps. I sense an old name, but perhaps I should not take that one. Perhaps just leave that in the past.
Sure. You can do something for yourself.
Yes.
Does Tiamat have a name she really hates?
That.
It's maybe not.
Yes, I don't think so. Ravenna. Something terrible is coming, isn't it?
You said to tell Mark to get an army of devils.
Demons.
Demons. And so I asked Mark to get an army of demons. To go fight his sister or whoever.
Well, grand sister has failed. Lutia gone. So is Brad. Both of her contracts are invalid.
Yeah, so fuck you, Brand always wants.
Both Hopefully, when she realizes that, she'll just leave. But I doubt it.
I think there'll be someone who'll probably try and kill this new creature creation.
Well, retreat. Right, that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, preferably.
I
You look-
wanted to eat people.
No.
He looks over around all the dwarves. He goes, "You have all fought valiantly. It's now time for you to go home." And she just simply eyes them all. The eyes go bright. A bright, radiant light. They simply disappear.
Uh,
They will be. I cannot say the same for your aunt, Colin.
I mean, she's basically just waiting for some sort of big distraction so she can retreat as well. If the big distraction happens, she should be fine.
I'm sorry, Colin. I'm not used to how I see things now. Your people should try and make an escape as best they can. There will be a distraction.
how long do we have until the distraction?
I expect until the demons appear.
How long until then?
I don't expect long.
Damn it.
Great, let me just go message her real quick. It's great.
I recommend the rest of you get in your carriage ready.
I guess we're just running.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna ask. Things I can just really quickly nick. I need more.
Ask
Will you
him.
go away? Yeah,
He has loads.
yeah, can I steal the skeletons? I want to steal the skeletons.
Ask him. You're with me. Maybe I can get him to let you have some.
I want the plus one.
Go in. I'm going to miss you.
No, I'm gonna miss you too.
He just holds out his claw, grips, and you see the scattered bodies and skeletons around the battlefield simply all congregate in front of you.
I'm holding.
There's about 10.
Sweet.
Not all of them are without flesh.
Okay, I
Welcome
can
back to
do that. I can do that. I'm trained.
Yes. And Colin, I'll miss you.
Fucking sprinted already.
You just,
Yeah, he's already.
he just like
Yeah, but-
turns and just sees the cloud like Colin used to be. Like, okay.
I give.
the brand part of that would laugh.
Yeah.
Dear event.
We had one.
I hope things go well for you going forward.
Very diplomatic. Well done.
I just want to give Notland a massive hug.
They
I'm
are
starting to
now
like
much.
having you around.
Well, before Brand was some 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Now this individual stands about 9 foot.
Yeah. The kid just
Gives you a little pat. Very big scaled claw.
Hey, you can fly now.
Very big wings. You notice the very tips of the wings. Peaks are actually red as well.
That is cool.
Though most of the body is green.
So you're going to be able to cause a lot of trouble.
Oh, yes. And they reach for the sword and looks at it for a moment. And you just see, like, just some like stuff, like flames and stuff is just coming out of it. And just like, oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, we go back to Colin for a sec.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's basically just sprinted back to his hands at that point. And like, a little bit out of breath, he just kind of runs up to us like, so, you know, you wanted a big ass distraction so you could retreat. So, drones are gone already. Devils are coming. They're going to fight demons. And I'll point up to the, crew. He's going to be in the middle. That's a distraction. Then we can tactical retreat.
Very good, Colin.
Yeah. It's going to happen soon. I just wanted to let you guys know, get ready. I also came to pick up the carriage. Because we're also going.
Well, I guess you know what to do. And Fergus starts like waving around his hands, starts yelling. People start very quickly packing stuff away, pulling tents down. They seem to be packing the cages onto wagons, getting everything they can onto wagons. She kind of gestures and people start picking up her mobile phone.
Yeah.
She goes, "Ah, yes, Colin, I knew my fate was rightly placed in you. Now, off we go back, Kraken."
You may want to wait for the distraction to happen first, but yes.
Of course. Any second now?
Any second now. If you don't mind, I'm going to meet up with the rest of me. Like, some weird dragon sex has happened over there. And
She's just like,
I mean, yeah, you can see a towering 9-foot dragon now, to be fair. It's not like it's...
Colin doesn't know how dragons give birth. He's never seen it.
She looks over and she has an eye that's just like, You think she's oddly more interested than you would like her to be? What's saying?
Anyway, other than that, I basically because Victor has a hard time steering the wagon with cheese in his hand, Victor basically gets on, Colin kind of drives over, and we kind of just take the carriage with everything else attached over to the rest of us.
Okay. So, Victor, what do you could just describe again? Because did he put the cheese somewhere?
No, he's still holding it. Hold on to the cheese.
I
He
can't
can't put it
hold
down.
my cheese.
Yeah.
While he's doing other things.
Oh, well, he already had it in his hand, but the other things he was doing is basically putting all the gold and all the trinkets into the carriage.
He followed my instructions very literally.
Yeah.
Let me get a wisdom save
It's like Igor, but not an
for
idiot.
Victor.
I think he actually has pretty good wisdom. Hold on. Yeah, +4. To saving throws.
He's pretty good.
I think it's part of his just beastly nature and all that.
Yeah.
6.
With the +4.
Yes. So far this dice has given me a sort of 6, 20, and 6.
Yeah. There you go.
Very hit and miss.
While he's packing the gold away, he swears he has a real strong grip on that cheese. Real strong grip. Too strong. As he puts the gold and it stamps down to the bottom of the carriage, it squeezes and pops out of his arms and flies through the air.
This is a wheel of cheese. This is
Can I
surprisingly aerodynamic.
catch my cheese?
Too far away.
Too far away to catch my cheese.
Can Colin?
Where is my
Sorry,
cheese
Colin.
landing?
Colin can make a dexterity saving throw. The DC is 25.
Okay, so 16 or higher. Got it. That is 9 plus 9. That's 18. Shit.
This cheese flies through the air, so very, very fast. Big cheese wheel.
It's like got massive bite marks taken out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not the whole wheel.
Perfectly, as the mobile prone is being moved aside, Maeve gets splatted straight in the face with this cheese, falls off of her throne, hitting her head on the floor.
Does he have to roll to hit?
And dies instantly.
Nah.
And Victor.
Wait.
And Victor looks over and goes, "Whoops."
You better pick up my cheese because I'm holding all my cheese.
Who did he just kill?
He accidentally killed Colin's auntie with the cheese.
I didn't know she was lactose intolerant.
Yes, that was the cause.
I'm sorry, have you been hit in the head with cheese? It's not that hard.
I mean, the wheels are, okay.
A wheel that could pop.
I mean, it also depends on how fragile an old lady she is.
We'll roll a perception check for Fergus.
Victor might be dead again.
Yeah.
He rolled a 5. So he looks over and is like, "What? What happened?" And he runs over and he goes, "She's dead!"
And I can't cure wounds this at all.
I think maybe let him try.
You can tell already that she is dead. Nothing short of resurrection would bring her back now.
I make the carriage fucking dash towards Gamera, and before it even stops, just very quickly jump down, stumble across to Gamera, and say, "Gamera, please, for the love of God, can you bring someone back to life? Not like a fucking skeleton, no."
No, that's not really my area of expertise.
Excuse me for a minute. I just dig a hole in the ground, stick my head in it, and scream. Just. I'm not okay.
So obviously Victor's there on the carriage because he was on the carriage.
If I come back to my garage.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see basically the carriage goes past you with Victor, and Colin looks like he's just frantically riding it past you.
Victor, where's my cheese?
Mom, I'm afraid that your cheese may have just committed murder. I was holding on to it like you asked, Mom. I was really holding on to it, and it made a popping noise. It flew into the air. I tried to catch it. Colin tried to catch it. It hit this woman on the head, and she fell over.
I'm sorry, our brother fusing to a sister that we didn't know she had. How is that not the weirdest thing that happened today?
Sorry, what?
Victor,
I don't know.
and that is incredibly amusing, Victor. Come in.
Hey,
You're the one I trust the most.
understandable.
I can. Please take her with you.
We can attend to her. You're free to come with us.
I think I need to come with you.
Yeah, there's demons coming and we really need to leave soon. By the way, can you point out Norm?
Can I see can I see Lucian again?
No. Nowhere to be seen.
Bastard disappeared too.
If you were to guess, probably the direction that skeleton over there is running in.
Okay, it's like
Also,
the
we
left-
need to pick up that skeleton.
I can ask Norm. He's finding One of you's finding my subject.
Well, then I can just
I
follow.
can get you another one.
I want that one.
Can I point out? Can I go and like tell Norm? By royal decree, I'm taking these skeletons.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and exact my royal authority over Norman.
Okay. Well, I guess you go over to Norman. Takes you a little bit of time to go over there. I guess at this time everyone's waiting tense, knowing that soon everything's gonna go to shit. You come up to Norman, you float up to him.
Yeah.
He still stood there, has his sword at his side.
Lord Norman, my necromancer associate is wanting to take some of your legion for her own army.
That's interesting.
Specifically, she would like the one currently chasing after Lucian. I can get you another one.
You know, dear princess, I'm sure you could. No.
I understand that your army is your personal business. Is there any that you'd be willing to let go? She is going to become a powerful lich soon.
All the more reason that I will not be giving her anything. For you, dear princess, my subjects are my subjects.
Is my mother aware?
Frankly, dear, I don't give a damn.
Now he's on the revenge shit list.
It's always Lucian that cares so much about your mother.
Where is he?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask my servant? He's chasing after him as we speak.
I'm getting you a better army.
You come back and say that. Oh,
I am going to come back and tell you I'm getting you a better army.
honestly, if I could command undead that one and reanimate it, I could just take it. Oh, so is that no over there? That one no?
That's more.
Cool. Sending.
Ending?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, no, I'm taking all your undead. That's going to happen one day.
Big words.
Just sending a loud message back.
Yeah. I'm just staring and it's like, wait.
You see very far in the distance.
The shit's talking again.
You see him lift up his visor. You see these yellow eyes. And you get the message back. Come and take.
You can take my cold dead army from my cold dead hand.
Command undead works on all undead.
I mean, do you want to try and command undead?
Oh,
Do you want to go take? Do you want to go take his
Yes.
his servant who's
Yes.
chasing? Yeah, my associate.
So at this point, you're all gathered around. Carriage is there. An argument about cheese. There's disarray in Maeve's forces. But nonetheless, it looks like some sort of druid has taken some kind of charge and is directing people. It looks like they're getting ready to leave. The devils, if you look over at them, they look rats. They look angry.
I might say, have they realised yet how fucked they are?
It is then that the skies go dark. Dark clouds start to spread and take over the blue of clear skies. Then the black starts to turn to red as it starts to rain blood. Mark Sephiroth, a host of...
Is the blood edible?
Of course. Mark Sephiroth and a host of unknown hundreds of demons start emerging from the sky. The devils screech at this sight and clearly start motioning to attack. Quite quickly, everything becomes frantic. The undead seem to even be ready to defend themselves. Norman, you think you can see in the distance, is shouting orders. This new entity before you goes, be the time.
Let's leave. Very fast. Is the skeleton on the way to leaving? Can we just pick up really quickly, or do we just need to leave?
Didn't we just?
If he's chasing somebody I'm trying to find, I'm doing the possibility of like, how about we just go chase that skeleton? Like, how does that count as getting out of the area?
It's like, where is the skeleton running?
He looks to be running west, just directly away from this skull.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna pick him up.
Yeah, let's go. I want to go pick up Skeleton, but I also want to be like Skeleton, find the guy you're chasing.
Yes.
Because as soon as we get in a very close range to that skeleton,
Just before you all get on the carriage,
Let me know if you need assistance.
the cat stops before getting on the carriage with you, and just bursts into a hug and tears. And she just says, "I'll never forget you, Lucia." And this new entity, I think you see hints of sadness, but also a slight amount of detachment from what she just said. Bows at her. Smile. And then she gets on board. You start flying away, I assume. You chase after that creature, that skeleton.
Does the skeleton have a name that we know of?
You didn't ask.
Yeah, Bob.
Ivan's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you look back?
Yes.
Well,
Probably.
what you know is that it looks like Ku refuses to leave the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Demons surround on all sides, most of them being instantly killed once they get into the hill. Sephiroth lands near this new friend of yours and says something and stands by their side. Devils charge towards the both of them as demons start piling behind them. There's a great charge. Well, the violence is immense. Demons and devils seem to go flying into the air wildly. Devils bursting into flame when they're killed, and demons simply turning into some disgusting black tar when they're killed. Amidst the chaos, it becomes impossible to see anyone you recognize. But for a long time, if you keep looking, you do see great blasts of all sorts of energy hitting everything all around. It's not long before you catch up to the skeleton running away from you. He is on foot. Once you get into range, you do command undead.
Yes.
You get the sense there was just this sense that it was almost going to resist you, but something in it just pushed it over the edge and stopped. Suppose you stop to pick him up as well.
Get in the carriage, please.
He just gets in the carriage.
Just allow me to reanimate you.
And keep finding Lucian.
How do
Reanimate because then I can keep control.
Yeah.
I will forget where Lucian is if you reanimate me.
Where is Lucian?
Where is he?
I can sense him now flying towards the kingdom that they call Connacht.
We're on that way anyway, aren't we? We can leave him up for an hour. Well, I imagine we're still playing. Leave him up for an hour because it takes me a minute to reanimate, and the last minute we can do that.
Connect. If we keep flying in that direction, I'm sure we'll be able to find him again.
Yes.
I sense something else. He has fallen rapidly. I expect they have crashed.
That's gonna be easy to find him. Yeah, let's go.
Let's look for the crater.
Yeah. Hopefully he has a new carriage. Or was he just flying?
You, well, you don't know.
Yeah.
You expect he's in the carriage.
To be fair, it makes sense if he crashed if he was in a carriage, you did take his driver.
I assume it would be easy for him to find a new one. He's very rich.
It's why you drive on the battlefield.
For a moment, this entity, he then goes, right. Very well, then. He just pulls his head off, and then all his bones just kind of fall to pieces.
Yeah, reanimate him. That's from the other skeletons.
Okay. That amongst the stuff you had.
If I use all my spell slots, I can reanimate 29.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I keep them, I don't have to cast it again.
Currently, if you were to use all the bodies you have,
Yeah, I know there's only 10 bodies, so
yes, you'd have to remove the flesh if you wanted to.
I think I'll just do the skeletons skeletons now, and I'll sort the rest out later.
Yeah, you have basically like 4 fleshy bodies
Mm-hmm.
and 6 skeletons.
They're still in the back.
So you form 6 skeletons. Upon reanimating him, you can sense that he is not a regular skeleton. Interestingly, he is not a regular undead that's normally created by spells. But thankfully, because he was already formed, reanimating him was relatively easy.
Mhm.
You can sense that he is in fact a revenant.
Mm-hmm.
That most likely Norman didn't create him. But most likely he came about by some kind of vengeance-related means, and then Norman merely found a way to control him.
Good to know.
Upon reanimating him, he sits there, and he looks upon you and goes,
Hi.
And hi again.
It's quite interesting, you're a revenant.
I was a revenant for Norman.
What that was?
Perfect spooky music to go with what I just said.
I had it in silent mode, I don't even know how that came out.
If you wish to be at peace and not be a skeleton, we can do that. Just let you know, don't particularly like Norman, fully planning on going after him.
What is Norman doing? He's raising his undead legions, but not to serve us.
Probably to overthrow you.
He wants to conquer everything.
Yeah, he's probably going to conquer lands in your name get bored of being under someone, then try to overthrow you. Makes sense?
I think he isn't loyal to anyone except himself.
The one that's going after Norman?
I am absolutely going to kill him.
Me?
Do you want, would you like an army? Because I can find you an army.
No murder.
But how else do you get skeletons if they're not dead?
I'm just going to explain this to you. People die of natural causes a lot. You can just do that. There's already a lot of skeletons. They already exist.
This whole game plan is ruined. Just go visit home. I'm sure there's plenty of bodies you can turn into skeletons.
See, this is what I was thinking. Is like, what if Ravenna goes home, finds the big graveyard?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, well, what if we get a bunch of skeletons to go fuck up North?
We can do that. I can also. We can sort that out
Yeah.
later.
It's like I can get you an army.
You see your new companion. Cam's just there. He looks deep in thought.
You okay there, Cam?
Can't see anything.
Like literally or magically?
We are in complete darkness right now.
Colin's just shouting from the outside. Yep, I've been there. That's why I sit up here.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting people are actually in the dark.
Do you mind if I cast light?
That's fine. I'm only half it. The light doesn't bother me that much.
She puts light on her mace and places it on what she thinks is a table in front of her. She then takes a moment and realizes that it is in fact a coffin. Okay.
Yeah. So what's happened?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do next.
Do you want to stick your head out the window and scream?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I think just need to think.
Okay. Give you time to think. We don't actually have a lot of time because, well, you know.
I do.
Yeah.
Have your first ball walk against the apocalypse. Look at the rest of it.
You once the hound dies,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is inevitable now, then the apocalypse will begin.
Look, great.
So,
We need to start planning. We need to figure things out really quickly.
so Lucia never got to meet him. Could you please tell me everything you know about this man called Amaranth? And we'll leave it right there.
Yeah.
Next time, we have a funeral to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the end of Brand.
Oh,
It's not even his funeral I was thinking of.
yeah.
I know. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jesus
there's
Christ.
a more impressive royal funeral that we have to come up with a cover story for.
You're not on a wheel of cheese.
how that's the thing. It's just like I feel like how the fuck could a wheel of cheese kill a person?
She was clearly a fragile old lady.
It's
No,
like maybe I want to kind of explain something here. That figure in Celtic mythology does die because she gets hit in the head with cheese.
Nice.
Like someone wants to kill her, and that's how he kills her, like by throwing cheese at her.
Just saw the opportunity.
And I realized I have the opportunity to I can bring cheese around them.
Oh no.
And so essentially my idea was like if she started being like annoying, I was just Ravenna was just gonna be like, well fuck you and just throw like a stack at her.
Nice.
Not knowing what it would do.
Why is it that I'm responsible for 2 deaths? I'm going to be a pacifist.
One of them was Victor and he was an accident.
Still played by me.
Pacifist run.
Pacifist run failed. Restarting. Listen, at some point I'm just
Try not to kill challenge impossible.
Yeah. Attempt 3.
Try not to kill. You won't last 3 sessions.
Last one session.
I lasted a few sessions.
The child.
I think. I didn't kill the child, did I?
Oh, Igor.
That's different.
Ego.
Eagle's not part of the challenge.
Remember Ego shenanigans?
No. I'd like to think the new Dragon God murdered all of them with great ferocity.
Just out of the pile of bodies, just one comes up and goes, "Stop!"
He just keeps coming back.
What's the name of the new Dragon God?
I have no idea.
You know the silent corporations laser beam meme? Silent Eagle.
God's created her own servants and stuff like this. Servant created himself and refuses to.
It's fitting. Oh dear.
Well, good session.
Yes.
And
I was hoping for more combat, but
yeah, I think I knew that if we actually did the combat,
It'd take a long time.
yeah, we'd be here a while. And I must inform people around, as well as the audience, that this marks the exits of Brandon plays Brand from the game.
Goodbye, everyone. It was great.
gonna miss playing with you.
Me too. I'm just playing Dolly.
Yeah.
I have to go become a dad now.
No, I'm keeping it that way. Nope.
So if anyone thought Brand was daddy, well,
God damn it!
There you go.
It's a bad dragon. About that Brand deal?
well, like, well, now we get like the chance to have like 2.
Well, not only do we now have the 5-colour dragon one, we have the ultimate dragon one and the daddy dragon one.
There you go. Fuck's
So
sake.
and I love how the ultimate dragon being now exists just in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, everyone.